Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest footballing podcast in the world. Today we have a star-studded panel on the team sheet. We've got some people in the studio right now. We've got some people on the way. It's going to be a packed house. I want to introduce, first of all, to my right, Manchester United fan, Just Robinho. What are you telling me?
11 games to go, people. 11 games to go. We're in a home run. And then the season can be done. And then I can put the focus where football needs to be focused. And that's the Euros. I'm looking forward to the Euros, baby. Oscar, I'm there.
My mind hasn't even comprehended that this is a Euro. I think we spoke about it last year. Last week. Euros is not even on my radar. It's not
Euros
even...
is on my radar because Manchester United, they are not. They are not on my radar.
All right, let me do my second introduction. A man who needs no introduction. Mr. Generous Dave himself, Arsenal fan.
David. Bruv, I'm trying to sign in. Now TV's moving mad.
Hey, sign in quick. Sign in because it's a madness.
You need to sign in quick. A madness has happened.
No, you're lying. What's happened?
Basically, the game has kicked off. For those that don't know, Arsenal are at Bramall Lane on their title charge. We're 1 minute into the game. Arsenal have just been peppering the goal.
Yeah,
Robin, are you seeing this?
Yeah, just pinged off the bar twice.
First of all, Saka smashes the crossbar. Then Martinelli has a shot cleared off the line. They're in the box, like battling back and forth. Basically, Arsenal are starting out the blocks very, very fast, trying to get this goal. At one point, this is 1 minute into the game, Arsenal had 5 players in Sheffield United's box, and the ball is just bouncing around. They're trying to smash it in. So Taha says, why did Nelly shoot like that? I think he caught the ball at a weird angle.
Frozen again. I hate this. All right, look how I'm frozen.
Oh, what? You're feeling... Yeah, drop out and come back. Come back.
No, I have to restart it. I have to restart because the camera... It's long. I'll be right back.
Well, I'll catch up with David till then. Till you're back.
No worries, bro.
Dave, what are you saying, man? You good?
Bruv, I'm all right, bro. Man's just here because watching the game. We're live at Bramall, bruv.
The Bramall, yeah? You logged in now? You got it? You got it live?
I got it, bruv. Now TV's just moving mad.
I'm using now TV as well. So I'm a little bit behind, but don't worry. I won't give you any spoilers. I'll let you react.
What minute are you on?
I'm 2:59.
All right, couple seconds, no worries.
Okay, no, cool. I won't do nothing. I'll let you. You can watch it live. I'm not gonna give off any energy in my.
No worries.
Yeah, man. But anyway, big weekend, man. Both in the football world and outside the football world. What's your highlight of the weekend?
What was it? I had one. What was it? Mate. Do you know what? Yeah, I won't lie, bro. That last minute winner, bruv, I was shocked.
Really? Liverpool?
That Liverpool game, bruv. Bro, that game was meant to end in a draw, bruv. It was destined for a draw. Because I was at work, innit? I was at work. I watched that live with my own eyes. I was like,
it?
I was just like, nah, this game is destined for 0-0. Darwin Núñez with that last minute header, bruv. You get me?
Bro, I was shocked because obviously I was watching the Chelsea game at the same time, and I think the Chelsea game has ended, and I've just gone on Twitter. I've seen hella complaints. I said, what's going on here? And then obviously Adrian's in the group chat talking about Darwin. Obviously Adrian's going to be here soon. So those of you that want to hear Adrian's reaction to that, he's coming. But yeah, man, that's an interesting highlight of the week. Let me think, what was my highlight? Obviously, yeah, it's tight. It's tight over at the at the Bramall Lane.
We need to score, bruv. Come on,
Do
man.
you? Interesting stuff.
We need to score, blood, already, bruv. We're peppering these, man.
Absolute pepperage.
Yeah! Oh, the God, let's go, blood! Yes! Let's go. 1-0.
Let's go. Arsenal are 1-0 up already.
Yes.
Not even 5 minutes on the clock. Wow, you lot came out hard. Pause. Whoa. You lot.
Pause. Why for that?
You lot started strong. You lot started very, very strong. Declan Rice whips the ball across and Odegaard sends it in. Arsenal are peppering this team, you know. It should be like 3-0 already. This is crazy. Taha said 9-0 is on the cards. Mirad saying defeatist Dave is back. Just before we get into it, I'm going to read out all the comments, guys. So keep your comments coming. I'm going to get through all of them. But just before we get into it, David, how are you feeling about this game? Obviously, Arsenal now taking the lead. How does winning today make you feel? Is there a certain type?
I gave you my 3 games, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Etihad, Tottenham, and thing. What was the other one? Man United, bro.
United.
That's it.
So in terms of like how Arsenal have been on this run where you've been scoring a lot of goals, conceding very little, do you feel like these kind of results are going to impact your confidence going into those bigger games?
See, it's all going to depend on that City game and those like obviously we've got Newcastle, we've got Villa.
Yeah.
Like we don't know those games at home. I think we're at home.
Let me check.
And both teams are actually not Newcastle.
Brentford.
No, there's someone else who's playing after Villa.
After Villa, you got Spurs, United. Those are the tough games.
Yeah, bruv. Those 3, mate.
Yeah.
You win those.
Okay, so let's just say hypothetically we're cruising to another victory here today because obviously we don't want to put the cart before the horse. But 6 minutes in, Arsenal have completely dominated and they won it up. Next after that, you've got Brentford at home. Should be comfy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got the big game against City. So what I'm basically asking you is, does it change your impetus, like going into that game against City, knowing that last year you went into that City game off the back of bad results?
Yeah.
The game you had at the Etihad, you had dropped points before that game, and it was like do or die. Whereas in this mode, you're slapping up teams, scoring a lot of goals. If you carry on that today, then carry on that against Brentford, and you walk into the City game with the weight of confidence behind you.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking by that point you would have already played Porto? So let's say you beat Porto as well.
Yeah.
Would you not prefer that mindset of team to take on City?
No, which is fine, but we have to beat them.
Yeah.
You have to beat them.
You
have to win.
Yeah, but like
Oscar,
you can only
no. Peter, with all the gas that we got Mirad calling me defeat-ish and all this.
They're saying you got to back the campaign. That's what
Oscar,
show me.
Arsenal and Liverpool fans are saying, yeah, we're on this league. Like, you're forgetting the big blue elephant in the room that is Manchester City. But there are people thinking like this is like it's done. I'm like,
you need to show me, bruv.
Slow down. They're talking like City ain't nothing. Like,
you know what,
Robin,
you're 100% right. I mean, even if you ask me, who do I think the title contenders are? Who do I think the real team is to win the league? I think City are still favourites. However, you, of course, and we all agree, you have to go and beat City. Nobody's denying that. Everybody knows you must go and beat City. There ain't no draws coming. You have to go and beat them. But you don't play City until you play them. Up until that point, you've got your Newcastle Uniteds, you've got your Sheffield Uniteds, you've got your Brentfords, who you have to beat. And Arsenal are not just beating them, they're slapping them up. Like, just watched. We're going to come on to Liverpool a little bit later, and we're going to see how they are hurdling themselves over the line. Arsenal are, to quote Adrian, Arsenal are the best team in the league right now.
Yeah, but we're third.
Like, can we say that? How are you the best team in the league and you're third?
This is why I'm asking. This is why I'm asking for balance, bro. Relax, blood.
So you don't want to see this Champions Elect comment. You don't want to see this.
It's relax, bruv. If it happens, innit? If you don't, guys, I'm taking change, like Ernest said.
Taking
change, bruv. I've been the abuse I've got this season, yeah, fam.
Mirad says, "Don't worry, Dave. We will be top of the league by the end of the weekend." I think he's alluding to the fact that Manchester City play Liverpool, and I'm thinking a draw in that game would leave the door open.
That's
a draw in that. Why has it not happened? A draw in that game would leave the door open for Arsenal to go.
Someone is losing that game.
I mean,
Oscar,
guys,
I can't lie to you. Someone is losing that game.
There's no way it is not ending 0-0.
But guys, unless you're going to confidently tell me someone's winning, like who is? If you're going to say
I can tell you who's confidently winning.
I don't know. I don't know.
You both don't know.
No, Oscar, I do know.
Someone's losing.
Who's winning next week, Robin?
Manchester City.
Okay. At least if you're going to tell me that, then that makes sense. But if you're going to say you don't know, then it could very easily be a draw if you don't know.
Because
You know
Liverpool aren't what you call it 100%. Man City are now 100%, and they're now taking no prisoners. So
Nat
I'll
is
be
saying
real.
Nat is saying David ain't taking no chains. Nat, I'm sorry, bro. David took the chains of the Arsenal fans that said you were going to make top 4 the year you didn't, and he took the chains of the Arsenal fans that were talking champions elect, saying they're going to win the league. You know, like Arsenal fans were hyping up Mirad in particular. Peter got on the gas, he got on the wave.
Nathaniel, I was called Fake David. That is my name, bro.
They couldn't fake David.
They call me Fake.
They called him a fake fan.
Fake fan.
They called him a fake fan for being realistic. Crazy. Taha says David takes Peter's chain on an annual basis. This is true. This is the annual chain snatching. Annual.
He's never been wrong, you know. He's never been wrong as much as
Never
we've been on
been
this
wrong.
podcast.
He's
never been wrong.
Look, I've been banned from the parade.
The parade didn't happen.
The parade didn't happen.
The parade didn't happen. You are banning people from
parties
parades
that
that don't exist. That's crazy.
Tell them again, bro.
That's crazy. Adrian said, "What sort of bug chain is this?" It's true. What chain is there even to take at this point? At this point, we're all trying to take City's chain because they have the Premier League chain, and that's what we want. Let me dive into the comments from the top. Shout out to Adrian, he says City's chain. Mirad says, "Good evening to the greatest podcast to air on a Monday night when everyone on this podcast should be privileged to share the same programming airtime as the champions elect." Well, look, it's a live watch along, okay? We're here. We're 12 minutes in to Bramall Lane coverage. Peter, the regular host of Top 4 Podcast, is currently at the game in the Arsenal end. I don't know who he's celebrating more because I'm sure he was cheering, doing the Sheffield United song on the intro. I'm sure. I'm sure he was singing along to that "You Fill Up My Senses," hence the title of the podcast. David says, "Big up Top 4. Everyone had a good weekend, had a blessed week." I didn't even say my highlight of the week. Guys, my highlight of the week was my birthday. So 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for me on Friday. Friday, a new chapter.
Yeah. Into that midlife. Yeah.
Into that midlife. I think I was already in midlife.
Man's in his 30s, yeah?
I think I was already, bro. I was already there.
No, it's stepping in proper.
You fill up my senses.
What's happening?
It's 2-0 to the Arsenal. And don't go by my man at the back, bro. Hey, is that an assist for Saka or that's just the own goal?
What, on fantasy?
Yeah.
I think you get the assist, right?
You guys, you know what? Yeah, Sheffield.
This game, Sheffield United sucks,
Sheffield United suck.
There's no point of me. There's no point of me watching this game.
We actually shouldn't be actually to watch along. Like, there's actually no point.
There is no point. Sheffield United are trash, bro.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Arsenal have now scored 2 goals in 8 consecutive halves of football. 8. And if they score 2 in the second half, it will be 9. Wow. You know, to think I debated who to bring into my fantasy team and I didn't bring Bukayo Saka. How crazy is that? How crazy is that?
I don't think I put any Arsenal players in mine. I stacked it with City.
That's a stinker, bro.
Yeah.
No, I stacked it with City. I was like, yeah, City are winning.
Mirad says, "I just want David starts shouting champions elect." Oh my goodness, David's Ryle. What's he doing? But yeah, okay, let me get back to my comments trail. Taha said before kickoff, Taha said Sheffield are getting absolutely peppered, by the way. Everyone switch on Monday Night Football. Oh, not before kickoff. This is
they put Saka in. Oh, good news.
You did put Saka in. Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
I said, 3 points.
Taha also said before a 9-0 is on the cards. David, would you agree?
3-0. What the hell is going on, bro? Bro, what is going on, bro?
Brother, Sheffield United are trash. Get this team out my league.
Yo, what is going on?
Get this team out my league. Get this team. Whitewash. Get off the pad. How are you wasting everybody's time like this?
Why are you so open?
We're not even 15 minutes. We're not even.
Bro, Sheffield United are just spreading their legs, bro.
Bro, this is so bad.
They're just open, blood. Bro, look at the space in the midfield, man. Flipping
Get out of my league. Get out of my league. I'm pausing because I have to tweet it now. Get out of my league. What is this? This is a disgrace. A delusional. Goodness me.
My gosh.
Yeah,
this game is over, mate. I don't even have nothing else to say, bro.
Apparently, Kiwior did a no look. Kiwior. Goodness me. Premier League jerseys, man. Send them down. Yeah, man. This is going to be a mascot. Look, Taha said it could be another 9-0. You know, there's that famous Leicester Twitter account. Oh, sorry, Southampton Twitter account.
Southampton has a 9-0 happened today.
There's has a 9-0 happen, and then there's has a 9-0 been mentioned on commentary. So, look, they said, bro, they're making a sub already. Chris Wilder is making a sub in the 15th minute. Guys, this is a disgrace. Oliver Norwood, you've had a stinker coming off after 15 minutes. Ben Osborne is coming on in replacement of him. That should tell you.
That's a treadmill. Do you know that's a treadmill? That's a treadmill.
I forgot. Oh, Oscar, I forgot. Yeah, it was you lot. We're playing you lot. I knew there was another team we got to play.
Yeah. So, sorry, I'm so confused because Peter told me it was nothing. Peter told me that didn't matter. So
yeah,
I didn't think it was a game.
It matters to me, mate.
Does it matter to you?
It matters to me, mate.
Oh, okay. That game is not. Yes,
fans are leaving. I'm seeing fans leave on my TV.
But it's Monday night.
Yeah, it's Monday night, bruv. I got work tomorrow, bruv. I'm gone. I got work tomorrow, bruv. I'm going on, bruv.
I can get home before the 10 o'clock news.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Taha said at least Peter's having a good time. Look, I'm sure Peter is having the time of his life.
And then I'm getting ready for the
to get back. Do you know? I don't know. So many people travel north. Sheffield, number one, is one of the most hilly places ever. But it's one of the most one of the most convenient places to get to. It's actually long to get to Sheffield from all parts of the UK.
Goodness me,
Peter.
Peter's enjoying
he's a man of the people.
That says Monday Night Football, 8 p.m. game. If they leave, don't blame them. They must be in doldrums. I don't know what that means. They must be really sad. Peter is definitely trying the madness right now. I haven't got the volume on because I'm mostly on the pod, but I know them Arsenal fans are going crazy, and Peter's probably going to lose his voice. It's going to be that bad. But yeah, I think I've gone through majority of the comments. It's been an interactive one so far. Robin, did you, before you left, I don't think you gave an opportunity to give us your highlight of the week.
My highlight of the week. My week was so busy that on Sunday I was just like, I'm in bed. I'm just happy to be in bed. I just doing nothing and just chill, watch the football, look at the madness of the weekend, and then go from that.
I love that, man. I'm happy for you. Them chill weekends are fantastic. Taha says, if I'm Arteta, I'm subbing on Cedric and Vieira now. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll get a fourth before I start making subs. I'll get a fourth.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, because it's just a bit much. But yeah, quiet evening for Arsenal centre half. So maybe do a centre half change. Maybe that. Murad says,
I need to leave it on. I need my points.
Don't take some pick. Blood. I need my clean sheet, bro.
Yeah,
I need my clean sheet. Don't you dare take off Saliba, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what he does. Murad says, I need to see Partey in the wine rate. Is Partey on the bench?
Yeah.
Partey made the bench. Yeah. Let's get Partey minutes, man. Let's get Partey minutes. Let's get number 5 minutes, as they call him.
Hey, shall we talk about Europe?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's talk through it. Obviously, the information was already out there, but there was an interview that dropped. An interview or an explainer video?
The official announcement dropped today.
Explaining the new Champions League. Robin, do you want to talk us through it? Because I feel like you have your mind in it more than me.
I have experience.
He has his football manager experience. Before we get to that, I will explain what's happened. So from next year, the Champions League is no more groups. The group stage is dead. Like... It's dead out. It's just one league. Everyone is in one group. Everyone is in one competition. Yeah. Obviously, it goes from 6 games to 8 games. So there's more games. I don't know where you're going to fit them, but I digress. Everyone plays now 2 teams from each pot. instead of one. So 2 pot 1 teams, 2 top 2, and so on and so forth. If you're in that pot, then you will play one other pot team. After you play your 8 games away and all that stuff, the top 8 go into the round of 16, and then 9 to 24 will go into the playoff round, or we can call it the round of 32 because that's what it pretty much is. Yeah, the Champions League now has a round of 32, and then those that finish 24th onwards, you are out.
Bruv, no Europa, blood. You're
there
out.
Is no more dropping into Europa. You are out. You're finished. No more third, none of this third, fourth nonsense. And the same is for the Europa League and the Conference League. So if you finish in the 24th position onwards in the Europa League, out. You're dead.
Get stepping, bro.
And then other than that, the only other change is that the Champions League now has a playoff round. And then it's just normal round of 16, round of 32.
You can get a madness, yeah? You can get Madrid away and Barca away, bro.
So wait. Question. In the draw, so in the league, you don't face the team twice. You only face them
once.
Raw. Yeah. So your home games are your home games.
Yeah.
Your away games are your away games.
Your away games,
You only face each team once. Okay, that's slightly more exciting.
You can get and I don't think it's not country oriented as well, isn't it? You can get Liverpool.
No, so you can't play your own country.
Really? Oh, you can't.
I don't think you can play your own country. I think you can play. I believe you can play anyone.
I believe you can play anyone. You know. I'm not gonna lie, bruv. I remember playing a Liverpool, bruv, in my Football Manager, bruv.
In your first year with Sunderland, yeah.
Oh, look at this guy, bruv. I'm telling you,
you play everyone once. To me, it's sick. I'm all for it.
Yeah, this new format is gonna be a mad thing.
Let me jump into some of the comments and then I want to hear how it works because I don't really understand. Tahar says 1 group, how many brothers am I playing? Murad says I can't lie, this new UCL format may be better than expected. Endo's not feeling it though. He says first they took away goals, the Champions League is dying. It's an interesting one. For me, I need to see how it plays out, but I do like the idea that you play 8 teams instead of 6, and the group stages feel like there's going to be fighting, there's going to be jousting for position.
Yeah, it's important, bro. Every game matters, bro.
Every game matters. Yeah, I mean, I want to see because I don't know. It might be one of those things where you win your first 3 and then you realize you're safe, and then you don't play.
But then
no. But then it's one group because now your goal difference now counts. Remember, for every team, your goal difference counts.
Yeah,
your away goals counts. It's not just. It's like a league, bro. It's a league.
But
so
okay.
On the same points.
Help me out, right?
So imagine that's the Premier League, yeah. So you got your top 4. Say the top 4 is the top 8 that will go into Europe per se. But if you're trying to fight for those 9 to 16 to get into the next round, what you call it, so on and so forth. Oh, my computer's asking to restart. I might have to step out again. But anyways, you can still finish like what you call it, 19th or 20. You can finish between 19th and 24th because you have 1 less away goal, and that could be the difference between you qualifying to the next round and you actually getting eliminated. Every game counts until the end.
And there's now Oscar, you'll get one team that just smokes it. Just bangs everyone and they go through. But then you got you can lose one game, blood, and you go from 8th to 22, mate.
Because what I think,
snap.
Yeah, go ahead,
blood. What is going on, blood?
It's 4-0. Yeah, a bear of the Sheffield United fans are leaving.
That Havertz finish was naughty.
Yeah, bro, good finish from Havertz. Big up Ernest in the building, man. Shout out Ernie. Good finish from Havertz.
Yo, dogs.
What are you saying? Nat says, next thing you know, instead of extra time, the crossbar challenge will be determined to the winner. It's not that drastic, bro. It's just a league. The Champions League has a league format to it anyway. So, Yeah, it's not like Endo said Robin explaining happily, like say his team are going to be there.
Hey, my team are going to be there. Thank you very much. Internazionale. Don't you forget.
Internazionale.
Don't you forget. Anyways.
So I'm excited, isn't it? It's something new. It's not too drastic for me. I'm not going to complain because I don't think it's taken away.
I just find it more interesting because it's like now you can get to game 5 or game 6 and you kind of know who's gone through. This one, anything goes until the end.
Well, here's a question for you. Do you think Manchester United will enter said Champions League next year? Robin?
No.
Why
not? We've squandered our chances. That is just the actual truth.
All right,
we weren't good enough last week, which in a game that we were absolutely poor. And even though Manchester City was like you can throw that away, it's just like when your other teams are winning and you need to catch up. We're 11 points behind with 11 games to go. We've done it before, but if I'm very honest, we've had better teams than this.
Right,
I just don't trust it.
Let's dive right into it. Manchester United lost 3-1 at the Etihad. Obviously, we have sent a lot of criticism to Erik ten Hag on this podcast throughout the year for various reasons. Much of it has been justified. However, in this game, from what I saw, it seemed like there was a bit more of a plan, like an idea of playing, and what United trying to do seemed to be very clear. Do you feel like the players let him down, or do you still lay a lot of the defeat at Ten Hag's fault?
This game, you can tell what the plan is. It was very similar to what we did at Anfield away.
Right.
Defend for your life. Because the players just gave the ball to City. City had over 20 shots throughout the whole game, I believe. That made our tally go up way more. And it was all about not conceding, trying to almost snatch and grab.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I'm being brutally honest, I kind of felt sorry for them. It's because, like, I was just watching the game, and then as the 2 City goals went in later on in the game, I was like, you know what? These guys just aren't good enough, and the gap is huge. So I can't be mad at them. Like, I just sat there and I said, you know what? It's deserved. Like, they're not good. They're not good enough against Manchester City. The gap is too big, and they tried their hardest to keep the ball out of the net. But you can tell towards the end, like, they were tired. They were fragged. And what didn't help even more was this, and this is when I look at Ten Hag, was the subs. Because the subs that he brought on were... I just asked why. Like, for example, why would you take off Rashford and then bring on Anthony? You lose your only threat. Why did you bring Amrabat on? Like, what was the thinking behind there? And you saw when he come on, it's like, okay, cool. You're asking for 2 people that all they know how to do is run to defend. and it doesn't make sense.
But Amrabat is a defensive minded player, no?
Listen, I hate to admit when I'm wrong. I do. But listen, I thought this guy would be good for us in the summer. The guy is awful. It's just awful. Like, do you know what I was going to say? And I was going to say it last week, but I wasn't here. But basically, I can't trust international football anymore because the tinted eyes that it brings.
I've been telling you guys this for years.
I can't trust international football.
Like, when have you been able to trust it?
Because you would see that you would see the players that would shine and all that stuff. For example, let's look at Enzo Fernandez, like shining.
True.
Completely shining in the World Cup. True. And then Chelsea got by him, and look what's happened. So it was the same thing with Amrabat. He was shining for Monaco. We thought that we'll get someone to sit there and be the guy to help out Casemiro, but now we're putting our faith into a teenager because it does a lot more. So literally, it's just one of those things. But again, I go back to what I saw at the start. Marcus Rashford puts in a screamer, and we're like, oh, okay. But then what happens afterwards? He misses 2 critical chances to actually make it 2 or 3-0. And then what did we do from that? We only had 2 shots throughout the whole game because we were defending for our lives. And you can only do that so much. A, if you have the players. B, if you have the continuity. And I think the subs, for me, just killed it completely. When it went to 1-1, it's like, all right, cool, regroup and all that stuff. But then you can just tell they're just tired. And City are a well-organized and actually well-thought-out team. And United are just not good enough. That is literally it. I can't sit here, get mad, point fingers. You just look at the team and it's just bad.
I want to ask Ernest a question, because I think what you're saying United ain't good enough, and that's fair. But United haven't been good enough for City for years now. However, there were some odd occasions under Oli where you had wins, like you had performances against City, and we haven't really seen that in the big games from Ten Hag. So is there anything at all about Ten Hag that makes you think he can turn the situation around? Given
nothing at all. You tell me what you've seen.
No, I'm losing faith. I'm losing faith with every day, because my only saving grace for Ten Hag was I felt like his squad was not available. The players that he brought in didn't seem to be there. However, the ones that he has brought in have now proven to be less useful.
Bro, he's having a munch.
My bad. I forgot to mute. My bad.
Endo says, Oscar Oli won at the Etihad 3 times in his United tenure and beat Pep 3 times in one season. Now, none of us thought Oli was good enough. However, he was still able to put out a performance in the bigger games. Oli's Ten Hag's not even doing that.
This is the worst we've been. And for me, I think one thing I've clocked about United fans is that the injury thing has become an excuse in terms of like people wanting optimal scenarios in order to win all the time.
Yeah,
we don't need. We weren't going to beat City with our full squad anyway. Slap Højlund, Lissandro, Casemiro, Varane. We're not beating City anyway because we're playing the treble winners. We're not just playing our noisy neighbours anymore. We're playing the best team in the world. Do you know what I mean? And the reason why I brought that point up about optimal scenarios is because I watched the Crystal Palace at the Etihad, and you can tell what organisation and that little bit of quality can do. If you were to look at Palace's starting 11, you'll probably say the standout guys are Elise and Eze. If we're saying that we need Lissandro, we need all the guys to be fit enough to be organised for 70, 80 minutes, that's poor coaching. That's just poor coaching. If we're talking about the quality of the team, we've been saying for years that at least I have, that Rashford and Bruno are not good enough. And Bruno had an okay game. Everyone's salivating over his performance. I don't think he was great. I think he was okay. Rashford, you saw Rashford that I've been complaining about. After he scored, what did he do? Take the chances away. Take the chances that he had away. What did he actually do? So this game is not the game to be angry at United's current status. This was not the game. Do you know what I mean? Man United have conceded 15 goals in the group stage of the Champions League. We got knocked out in a group with Galatasaray and Copenhagen. Before the City game, we had conceded 94 shots in the previous 5 games. Game number 6 against City makes it 121 shots we faced. This is not the game to be angry at. The patterns have been there. We had Luton Town had 59% of the ball. Luton Town had 60% possession against Man United. So if we're talking about optimal scenarios, why didn't you dominate against Luton Town? Well, what the hell were you going to do against City then? Do you know what I mean? So for me, the quality of the team, Rangnick told us, and I think one of the things I clocked about like English fans is that if the coaching weren't good, that means his whole entire point or the points he was making in the season are a write-off because, quote unquote, he couldn't coach Man United. And it's like, coaching Man United is not the litmus test. Do you know what I mean? Clearly, the guy has some pedigree and he didn't work out at United. And like Radcliffe said, who has it worked out for at United? Do you know what I mean? So he said open heart surgery and Man United fans laughed. This team is not good enough. You look at who is City's weakest player in that starting 11. Do you know what I mean? Who is City's worst player? They are better than the best Man United player.
I was going to say Ake or Kyle Walker, but even that is much better.
And they are better. They are better than the best Man United players. Because you're telling me Rashford's chances, you're looking at a situation where you have to control the ball. Like what did Delph say? This is the basics of football. This is the basics. And like you're talking about like a counter-attacking situation in space for Marcus Rashford. That is his bread and butter. That is Marcus Rashford's bread and butter. 2 occasions where you have the opportunity to simply control the ball, compose, and do your thing. But, you know, we're back at square one in the summer. And I think Champions League or not, we are going to have to deal with super scraps this summer if we don't get certain man like sold. And as far as I'm concerned, the only players I want to stay is Mainu Højlund, Ahmad, Lissandro, and then Onana and Dalot are on my. If you look at me wrong, you're gonna go as well. Everyone else go. The only reason like someone like Varane's not there, because Varane had an excellent game. The only reason someone like Varane's not there is you can't rely on him.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't know when Varane's going to be injured. But every other person I haven't mentioned, guys, can go. Every single one of them.
Yeah, I can't lie. The list of deadwood at United is way too high.
Crazy.
Way too high.
It's crazy.
Huh? Now go ahead, Adrian.
I was going to say, you're lucky you cut me off, because what I was going to say would have been crazy. You said Deadwood, I was going to say something else. But the amount of good players at United, bro, is mental, bro. Like, you can use like one hand
Ernie,
to name them.
Would you keep Garnacho?
Garnacho is at best a benchman. But that's the case for most of these players. Most of the players that we have at Man United are benchmen in the top teams in Europe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because if I look at Garnacho and I look at some of the young wingers in the league that he's meant to be from a status perspective on the same level as, he's not better than Elise and Eze.
Oh,
he's not.
He's not.
He's not.
He's definitely not. That's not the question.
Garnacho would receive the ball in possession against Man City.
It's 5-0 to the Arsenal.
5
at the 24th minute, Donnies were going to their yard.
Bro, there's only 38 minutes on the clock and it's 5-0, bro.
Guys, is it gonna be a FIFA scoreline?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Isn't it already?
No, as in I'm talking like 9.
I think we're seeing double figures today.
Do you know what? I don't think the record's been broken. The record's 9. We've never had 10.
It's 9, isn't it? Yeah.
It's 9.
Yeah, United. It's United that have the record. 9-0.
Is United, Leicester, and I think both of those games were against Southampton.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've never had a 10.
Like, what is stopping Arsenal? Arsenal have scored 5 goals in 40 minutes.
This is bad.
That's crazy.
I said I need Martinelli to bag a hat.
And also, guys, 2024, like, since they came back from Dubai, they're the best team in the league.
Yeah. I don't think there's any questioning that.
You should have been at the shop last week.
Well, what's the the consensus.
People are basically saying that because the numbers say Liverpool are number one, they're the best team. And I'm like, listen, I'm not arguing superficial, obvious assessments. Liverpool are number one. What I'm saying is, I think this is before this game. I think Arsenal had conceded less goals than Liverpool, and I think scored 1 or 2 less. And they were 2 points or 1 point behind Liverpool. Yeah, that's not so far. I can't say that.
I think there's people that want to deal in fact and be like,
which is fine.
The teams that have accrued the most points are the best. However,
if the season ended today, Liverpool are winning the league. My point is, when I watch these games, Arsenal are defensively the best team and offensively the best team. Like, everybody scores.
No,
how many goals does Kai Havertz have?
Well, I think that was his 7th.
Come on, bro.
Guys, how many saves is Raya going to make today, do you reckon? How many saves is he going to make today, David Raya?
He's made one already.
He better not concede. I'll be pissed.
This is a joke. This is an absolute joke. Mirage says Rice has come to our club to win the Premier League. That's why he's here. That's why he's here. I told everyone in the first half of the season, when Arsenal weren't fluid, that they'd click after Christmas and go on a mad run. I knew Arsenal would click into second gear for the second half of the campaign. Mirage says Havertz has had a better career at Arsenal than he did at Chelsea. I don't think so.
He's had a couple good games. Let's relax, bro. We were all cussing him at before Christmas, mate.
Yeah, I think
and everyone was doing it. So let's just relax.
David, I'll be honest here. He's had more good games than I expected.
But the thing is, like, Havertz was never completely useless. He would always have good games at Chelsea here and there, sparingly. I think people have forgotten that because the last season was so dire.
Well, I think generally he's never had a good season.
Yeah, he's never had a good run of games.
He's never had a good season.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever played well for more than 5 games.
Which is scary.
He's coming to England. Like, it was really, really bad. But there was a lot of Chelsea fans, me included for a long time, that did still believe in Havertz because there were certain games where you saw, okay, the game can go through him when he dominates because he's such a physical player, as in he's big. He's bigger than a lot of players he plays with. That when he does physically dominate, it looks like, who can stop this guy? His touch is good. He makes the right timed runs, and you're seeing it come to fruition at Arsenal. But I think, top level coaching is what's going to bring it out of him.
I was just going to say he's another evidence of coaching.
I got a question though. Now on Sky Sports, they just showed Jesus and Partey.
Yeah.
If I'm Arteta, bruv, them man sit down, bruv. You don't mess this up, bruv.
No, there's games you're going to need Thomas Partey this season.
You sit down. No.
There's games you're going to need Thomas Partey.
Ernest, we're flowing.
So you reckon against Porto at home, he can't get 20 minutes? The team you had couldn't do anything in Portugal.
Hey, that's the manager. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
You say that's the manager, but the manager has Thomas Partey.
Yeah, that's your decision to make, mate. As I said, we've been scoring 6 and 7s, mate.
Not in Porto.
I know. Apparently, we didn't turn up to work, mate. According to Peter.
I'm just saying that Thomas Partey is his best signing, and I think like he's used Jorginho, because Partey is Jorginho with a Gucci belt. It's that simple. He's too good.
What you think Partey will get up to the speed of where Jorginho is playing at right now? Because a lot of what we're saying is we've seen bad Havertz, we've seen average Jorginho, we've seen a lot of players not hit it, but the Arsenal players are in form right now. They're in stride. They're working together.
And we're only in early March. There's bare games. There's bare games.
11 games to go. 11 games in the Premier League to go. And you need to factor in the Champions League as well depending if they get through.
Yeah.
They're not in the FA Cup, and the League Cup's done. So,
Lola says,
not
if
that
it's
bad.
me, you play the guys you're going to need in Europe in the second half. Better to get them warm now. But look, personally, I think
it's 5-0. I don't think swapping, yeah.
We touched on it. We touched on it earlier. Look, Arsenal go it like Lola's saying that the must-win games for Arsenal. I don't know how we've ended up talking about Arsenal in the City segment, but the must-win games for Arsenal are that Porto game coming up. As in Brentford is a must-win, obviously, but it's not something that's going to require the full maximum strength. Porto, you need to give it your all and go with your best lineup. So whatever Arteta thinks will be needed for that game. He might need Jesus for that game. And then you've got City. And I don't think he's going to go into that City game the same way he's been going into all of these dibby games. I think he's going to want to switch something up. And it might be Partey to get a bit more steel in midfield. It might be Jesus.
Thomas Partey and Declan Rice. If you get Partey in a 1-2 cameo here and there, and it's Thomas Partey and Declan Rice in midfield, brother. That's insane. That's insane. Because this is not to say that Jorginho hasn't deserved a start in that game. This is not to say that at all. But bruv, that's the midfield that we've been trying to see all season. Odegaard, Partey, Rice.
Yeah. I think for sure it will be eased in. So
you think Partey stays next season?
I don't know if that's relevant.
Yeah, facts. I don't know if it's relevant.
I think Arsenal will just do what they can to win now. They have a great opportunity to win in Europe. They have a great opportunity.
Because you said it'll be eased in. I was like, I don't think it's long term.
No, I mean eased into the running. Yeah, I mean, you were saying, those 11 games, I think Partey will feature heavily in the last 6, but he will be eased in before that. Is what I think.
But going back to City, like I said, they've got Liverpool next week. And I genuinely feel like that game is must win for either team. There can't be a loss. If any of that team loses, I think the title, it's not done, but you lose a lot of the grip off it. You're slipping. It's the big deal. Very big deal.
My fear is if City lose, then they're going to pipe us, blood. They're going to beat us.
They are.
I'll be real. I think City win both games.
Look, okay, while we're here,
City win both games. But that's my prediction.
While we're here, let's talk about Manchester City because it was a big week for them. Obviously, midweek they slapped up Luton in the FA Cup. Haaland, I think, got 4 or was it 5?
He got 5, I think.
Haaland got 5. De Bruyne got 4 of them assists. Then they've come into this game. They've started De Bruyne now back in the starting 11. They've got Foden on fire. He's been the informed player for them. And then they've got Haaland who got a goal at the end. Do we believe that this City team is as good as they have been previously? And do we think that's a problem?
They're doing it by hook or crook, boy. The same as Liverpool, mate. They're just grinding. But
are they gonna get better? Because everybody's sitting here talking about, wow, Arsenal are in the peak. They're in their stride. They're slapping.
Do you know what I think it is?
He ain't really doing that yet.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's an annoyed City, if that makes sense. Like they're getting frustrated because things are not going their way easily, but they still have the ability to right, cool. We've got X amount of minutes left. Let's no longer play around and wrap this up, which they have been doing.
We've got quality.
And at the end of the day, look at the derby. First few minutes or so, they were going back and forth. We get the goal, and then they're like, okay, cool. They're a bit flustered, but then they just got back into stride. And once the second goal came in from Foden, outside. And I feel like they could do that to every team. And
I'm not sure, man.
But Ernest, we saw this last year. Remember when Peter said that it's impossible for Man City to go on a 10-game winning streak?
He was going too mad, though. He was moving mad.
No, but we said this. But I said it. No, we've seen this before. It's not even we saw it once. We've seen it many times where City just go and just go.
City don't usually win at Anfield, though.
Hey, we'll see in it.
And we saw their performance at the Etihad against Liverpool. If you might don't remember, I remember. City thought they could do the City thing, and Liverpool said, "Nah, it's not that thing." City have dropped points in games. It's not like, oh, this is the first half of the season thing. City have dropped points in certain games, and you're like, "Nah, you guys were just lazy today." Like, I'm so sorry, they weren't at the races in certain games. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that they're not good enough to do it. I just think the variables are against them this season because Arsenal have, in some ways, matched them, and Liverpool are doing enough to stay in the conversation. I think it's one of them ones where it will be another questioning of Pep, and if he passes the test, we'll be like, all right, cool. I was silly for questioning it, but currently, City's midfield is Phil Foden, Rodri, and Kevin De Bruyne. For some reason, I think Arsenal have enough midfield defensive solidity to deal with that. I don't know why. I feel like they have the ability. And if City end up winning, because like I watched City at the Emirates, and City usually go to the Emirates and it's 3-0. The goal was Fugazi. Was Fugazi. But the goal was like when they say, like, when people say, oh, that they deserve that goal.
Yeah, you make it all
Arsenal did enough to score.
Yeah, you make it all up. And the same
Arsenal did enough to score. So for me,
in the Liverpool game as well, where you say, "Oh, it's lucky Van Dijk and Alisson make a mistake." Well, guess what? Arsenal dominated that game, and when you dominate a game, guess what? You're gonna get those what appear to be lucky breaks. It's not lucky breaks.
Exactly, because spawn Adrian. Because yesterday, United fans were twerking after that Rashford goal. And I'm like, guys, you know what's coming. And the first goal was a banger. The first goal was like non-City, and then all the other goals were typical City. Do you know what I mean? So I think City are still the team to beat.
The Mancunian goals.
Mancunian, bro. They are the team to beat. I think Arsenal got something for them, man.
I will see it, bro.
Because Arsenal battered Liverpool, guys.
Bro,
they battered them.
Hey, you man, I'm gonna let you into a secret, right? If we're talking in form, peak Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp at Anfield, there's only one game, there's only one time in my life I felt powerless. I've played peaks Pep sides, but that opening 20-25 minutes last season against Arsenal, I swear to you, man, I've never felt that way ever in my life at Anfield. Ever. Even when Real Madrid gave us 5, I didn't feel so vulnerable, so powerless. I'm gonna be so real. Like, until Xhaka did what he did, I saw no way out. Like, Arsenal are the real deal, bro. Arsenal are sick, lads. They are.
Arsenal are a good team.
Yes, they're good.
They've got it all.
But you need to show me, cuz. As I kept saying, you need to do it now.
I'm so excited.
Everyone's not injured. I don't want to hear no excuses, blood. Get it done. Everyone's talking, bruv. Get it done. When it comes on the day, I don't want to hear nothing, blood.
That's true.
Everyone's got 38 games, blood. Let's go.
Last season was Saliba, wasn't it? So yeah,
he's fit. Everyone's fit. I don't want to hear nothing. Get it done.
Hey guys, based on what David's saying, I've been saying it for a while. If Liverpool Football Club win this league title, I got questions for Mikel. I'm not gonna lie. I got questions for Mikel because there is no way.
What's the question?
There's no way this
Do you have the
academy
same question
team.
for Pep?
No, because he's won 5.
1-5, bro.
Fair enough.
He's won 5.
How dare we? You know
How dare we?
How dare we? Anyways,
like 7 years. How dare we?
Staying in Manchester, let's talk about what happened midweek. Obviously, he scored an absolute banger on Sunday, made it 1-0. However, he made it. She tried to silence the haters, but in the midweek he made a massive PR.
Oh
video.
yeah.
Oscar's waiting for that to land him, boy.
He
was there flight. He didn't know where that was going to land.
Marcus Rashford, the enigma that he is.
Hey, hold on. Before you go, hey, hold on.
Oh.
Thierry's on Sky Sports, blood.
Yeah.
Double sleeve.
Bruv, since when, blood? Well, it's a long time, you know.
He's an OG on
He's
Sky,
always
though.
been on Sky Sports.
No, but it's like he's a guest. He's not like a recurring.
No recurring. I haven't seen him
He's a recurring.
So on Monday Night Football, when Carragher does his interviews, I think obviously he's pulled a few strings. They work together on CBS. So he said, "Yeah, come on Sky, let's do this interview." I think that'd be an interesting watch after.
The foreign man, like, I don't know what, maybe it's the accent or something. Maybe it's the way they articulate themselves. But when foreign men talk about ball, it hits different. I don't know what it is. Like the way, like Thierry Henry could be saying something so mid, but because it's him, because of the elegance and this, it's like, oh, bro, I've learned something today. These times he just said sucker pass it to Havertz, but you know,
Hey, Adrian, do you know how much I agree with you? Because do you know who actually talks absolute madness, but he gets away with it because it's who he is. Eric Cantona talks. Eric Cantona says the most wildest things in football, and it's just like range. But because he's Eric Cantona, he gets away with it.
He's still
called the king.
I can't remember him.
What was he saying? He gave a speech like a UEFA thing. I can't remember.
Oh, and he's wearing the cap.
Saying so much random thing. He had the cap.
Yeah.
And then everyone just looked at him so confused, but he's still getting adverts and interviews to this day. So no, I agree with you. It's the accent.
Boys, we've gone on a bit of a tangent. But at the beginning of the season, obviously one of the predictions that we made, or one of the requests that we made, is for certain players to rise their game. And a name came up. We had a conversation about one Philip Foden. How do we feel, boys and girls?
I think you should answer that question.
Oh, the guy's a baller, bro.
I feel like he's rising it. I feel like this year it's not about Phil. I know that this year he's got his most goals, most assists, and he's on course for his most starts in a Premier League season for Manchester City. He's indispensable to this team. Yeah. This is the Phil Foden we should have been seeing, guys. He's rising it.
But he was always indispensable.
No, he wasn't.
He was always indispensable.
He was not always indispensable.
I showed you the numbers of his starts last season.
Yeah,
of his starts. Season. I said he started 6 less games than Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay, but how many games?
So that's an indispensable guy.
No, Kevin De Bruyne is a famously injury-prone player. How many games did he start?
Yeah, that's
not the point. The point is when he did start, Foden started 6 games less.
So
that's indispensable.
No, it's not.
You got dispensed.
It depends on the matches.
How is it dispensable? Are 22 games in a season?
In a 38-game season, Foden started 22 of Manchester City's games, bro. Come on, bro. Man's not even breaking 30. You're talking about indispensable.
Hold on. And then what did I show you? Ake's numbers. I think it was 24.
Yeah.
So my point is, Pep's players get rotated. That's just the nature of the beast.
But Philip's not getting rotated this year.
He's not getting rotated because there's Mateus Nunes and Kovacic who are terrible.
Listen,
you need to add someone else. You need to add someone else, bro. Hey, that Doku, blood. Hey.
But before we get on to Doku, this season, Foden has started more Premier League games than he did last season, and we got 11 games to go.
Because Kevin De Bruyne was injured.
But like, Foden's done his thing. Like, Foden's done exactly what I was going to do.
My point is, Kevin De Bruyne is always injured.
Yeah, he's
so injured or not, when he plays, when Kevin De Bruyne plays, Foden plays as well.
So do you not think that Foden starting 22 league games last season, on the way to them winning the league, and Foden starting 25 this season already, do you not think that's a level up?
No, guys. Kevin De Bruyne got injured in the first game of the season.
My point was not about De Bruyne though. Like you
but Mandem, I thought
listen to De Bruyne. I'm saying Foden has arrived and been the guy that's.
I'm saying to you that the reasons you're given as to his indispensability are the same every year.
But if you play more, you're more indispensable.
You're playing more because the main guy is not available. That's why you're playing more.
Kevin De Bruyne started on the weekend, bro.
I feel like
no. Okay, check De Bruyne's stats of how many games he started this season.
De Bruyne started very little this season.
Thank you, because he's been injured.
Yeah, but what my point was at the beginning of the season, and my point is still now. Right now, when City have a game next week against Liverpool, they're starting Foden and De Bruyne.
I think the point you're making is more about his actual optical contribution than his starts.
Both. It's both.
I think you're talking more about the fact that his goal contributions are more this season.
But it's both. It's both. My issue always stemmed from Foden, because when we've looked at Foden, we've always known this guy is a quality baller. No matter what club you support, we all know the quality of this player. He's a pure footballer, if you want to use those words, yeah. But my issue with Foden was that he was winning Young Player of the Year in the same season when Declan Rice and Saka were playing 35 games for their teams and dragging them higher up the table, whereas Foden was just coming in and out, playing half the games and then winning the accolades. And I was like, that's not really fair. Now we know you have the talent to produce.
No, but are you saying that he should rise it because other people are overrating him, or that you think he's not done enough?
I feel like for the level of quality he is, I view him at, it wasn't showing enough on the pitch. And I think even when I translated that to England, I know we don't want to judge the internationals too heavy, but I saw the other players of his age group dominating on national scale, and he wasn't doing it for England. So when you remove Kevin De Bruyne and
who was dominating on a national scale?
Saka came into the England team and displaced Foden.
Yeah, but Saka's an actual winger though.
Okay, but again, Foden couldn't get into that Southgate team.
Or Bellingham, I suppose, is case in point.
Yeah, but Bellingham's come in there now. Bellingham's starting every week.
As he should. I think Bellingham is doing it on a bigger stage.
Different position.
I think that Foden is a victim of English hype, and I think those that critique him go overboard because they think he is part of the issue.
Because he gets overhyped by other.
Because he gets overhyped.
But there's an element of that.
I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying.
I think Foden is a victim of like English tax, but then on the other end, there's also an imbalance of critique. Because I think people do too much on this side and say, "Nah, man, men's overrated students." Like, you lot do too much. Foden has shown like a graduation of ability each and every year. He's 23 years old.
But the reason I don't
he's 23 years old, and in the year that he started supposedly more games, when the big dog has been out, look at what he's produced. Saka plays every game because he's the only right winger Arsenal have.
Yeah, and
the level of exposure to first team football regularly at a high level is always going to be different for Saka. If someone says Saka's better than Foden, I'm like, that's your opinion, and I understand it. But ultimately, Foden has risen it in a season where there's no Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva is not playing in the same. He's not playing as regularly in the same position, and Foden's finally gotten the chance to play centrally and in that right flank as well regularly because Kevin De Bruyne has been out. The reason Foden has risen it is because Kevin De Bruyne has been injured most of the season. That is why. Last season. Say that again.
I was going to say, I feel like there's definitely obviously contributing factors, i.e., there's more of an impetus for him to.
And the people that critique Foden don't talk about those contributing factors. They don't.
But I think the bottom line is this. This is the best, most consistent Foden we've seen.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is the best, most consistent for Foden we've seen. Now, partially it's because there's more vacancies for him to perform, i.e., your KDBs, your De Bruyne's, etc., and so forth. But I also do think there's a part of it is this is a guy who's taking that mantle to say, if we're away at Bournemouth, I'm gonna rise it. I'm gonna get us those 3 points. If bro, Marcus Rashford came and dunked some of my yards, what? I'm gonna rise it. I'm gonna do what I need to do. So I think
last season, Phil Foden scored a hat-trick in the Manchester derby.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Like he's you know what? He's got a hat-trick in the Manchester.
But even the year, it's not. No, but no one's ever saying that we didn't think Foden could do that. The year before he went to Anfield.
I'm not debating whether you thought Foden was a good player. The first thing you said was he's a baller. What I'm saying is there is an imbalance in the critique of Phil Foden.
I don't
because
think
people
so.
don't look at. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. People don't look at the other factors that contribute to why they have felt he hasn't risen. Because I am not shocked at anything he's doing this season.
Neither am I.
My point is him being able to finally play, because the argument we had last season was because he's not playing centrally regularly because De Bruyne is there. De Bruyne is there. And when De Bruyne is not there, this is what he's doing.
I think the argument falls down when I mentioned that the last 2 tournaments he hasn't solidified a place in the England team. In the Euros, he started the first game, and then Saka took his place. The World Cup that came after, he never started for England.
The reason why I don't look at internationals is because I think Southgate's a weirdo.
Southgate's such a weirdo.
Fair, but I think
I watched an international friendly where I saw Jude Bellingham, Maddison, Grealish, and what's it called? Was it? I think it was like four central midfielders all playing in a 4-man midfield with no wingers. I was like, this guy's weird. Like, international football does not move me one bit.
I keep saying to this day, the biggest
international football as a metric does not move me one bit. It doesn't move me one bit.
I get what you're saying, but for me, when you're of that caliber, he's got to be in that conversation.
For me, a player not being able to play international football in this position is not the metric I use to measure whether a player is good or not. Not in the slightest.
For me, it was part of, because I think you made a very good point in the beginning when you were saying maybe our opinion of him is shaped by other people's opinion of him rather than him as a player. I think that's probably the thing that's swayed me the most, because I think it does always fall down to the fact that this kid won back-to-back Young Player of the Year, playing starting less than 20 games for Man City, and that always
it's like me talking about Klopp and Pep and talking about the year Klopp won Manager of the Season and being angry that he got it and saying that he has to rise it now. No, the people who voted for him are terrible. That's the problem. The people who voted for Klopp are terrible.
And this is Oscar was dissing Foden not long ago. Bro, I just wanted this. Yeah, I wanted this from Foden. I wanted this. And I think he's done it he's given us bright sparks to show us that he can play on big stages. Like I said before, he's slapped it at Anfield against Liverpool. He's done it against Arsenal in previous games, against Chelsea, United. We know this, innit? I think if City go on a run...
He scored a hat-trick at Old Trafford? Or not, at Etihad last season against Man United.
That's a good point.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, man.
I can't believe this.
But consistency, over and over and over again.
Yeah, consistency, though.
It's what we expect from all the other young players.
But again, the 2 players that people compare Foden to, yeah, who is the right back that Trent has competed with at Liverpool? Don't worry, I'll wait. Who is the right winger that Saka's competed with at Arsenal? Don't worry, I'll wait. Who is the midfielder that Phil Foden is competing with at Man City? Don't worry, I'll wait. Have we got any answers, class? Have we got any answers? Okay, cool.
Answers for the third one still.
Like, guys, Phil Foden is absolute quality. And people are overdoing the critique because other people have rated him too high. And I'm like, that's not fair analysis. That's not fair on the player. Because if Phil Foden came to Man United today, I will be his personal barber for free. The guy is quality. The guy is quality.
Yeah.
He treats the ball like an elastic band.
Yeah.
The guy's ball retention in the final third is naughty. The guy's English, bro. I did not see this thing coming from them, man. He's quality, bro. He's a player. He's a player. Like when you think about Pep's opinion of Jack Wilshere back in the day, and you think about the trust that he's put in Foden season in, season out to play 20 plus games. I don't know if it's 20 plus games each season. I'm just going off last season. But the guy plays Foden regularly, guys. Nah, man. Let's. What Liverpool? What's that talking about?
Yeah. But that said, it's fair because if you're getting Ballon d'Or shouts, you need to be doing what Mbappe is.
Yeah, but hold on. So is Anthony Martial having a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract his fault? What are we doing here, guys?
No, but I think
we should critique the people who say these things.
Yeah, but we compare the ballers, right? We compare the ballers, especially the ballers.
And who here is saying that Phil Foden should be in the Ballon d'Or shout?
No, I don't think we are. But I think
we do this thing. We do this thing where we don't talk about where we don't talk about what's actually being said.
No, but I was ignoring that comment. I was about to talk about what is being said and the players that you've just mentioned. Also, your Bukayo Sakas and your Trents and all this and that. These two players have carried their team on their back, and I get the fact that Phil Foden.
That's circumstantial.
But circumstantial it adds layers to it.
No. My point is, on one hand, it adds stock to Saka.
Yeah,
that stock should not take away from Foden.
Yeah, but the same.
That's what I'm saying.
But the same chip does not get added to Foden's belt until we see it. I think that's the point. So
yeah, the onus is never going to be on the player who's not as good as the MVP. The onus of carrying your team is never going to be on the player who's not the MVP.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We can't say that we can't say you've been the MVP until you've been the MVP.
Who said he's the MVP?
No, I'm just saying we can't.
That's great. That's great.
We can't give it to you. Like you can't carry your team if there's better players on your team.
That's not rocket science.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, though. So when it comes to
why do people want players to carry teams?
Because it's just another way that we measure them. It's like, for example,
that's not a good metric, guys.
No, but
carrying teams is not a good metric.
It's part of the package.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
It's part of the package. It's like
carrying your team requires a level of inequality in value of everyone else. The reason why Steven Gerrard is rated so high is because Liverpool teams were not as good.
Yeah, but there were players on teams that were good that still carried.
Who?
There was times where Rooney carried United. There was times where Ronaldo carried United. There was times when Lampard carried Chelsea.
When did Rooney carry United?
I was like, hold on, are you sure about that?
2010.
Robin, wait. When did he carry United?
2010.
Who? Name the team.
The 2010 team of United.
Yeah, name the team.
Who was in there? What? Like Park, Scholes.
Okay. Okay. All right, Scott. So stop.
What?
Stop. Listen, Rooney being the best player in the team, that's like what you're saying sounds like Messi carried Barcelona in 2011. That doesn't make sense. The guy had the best number 6 of all time.
The best number 8.
He had the best number 8 of all time.
Yeah.
And then Xavi's one of the best 6s of all time.
Right.
So the inequality is not as disjointed.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
There was a time where Saka was the best player at Arsenal.
Carrying.
And it was a landslide.
Yeah, but he arrived and assumed the mantle. Like I
don't think it's as black and white as that, because if I'm the only right winger in this team, and I'm the only, and well, him and Martinelli anyway are two of the only players with source that are unlocking defenders and they're causing like a lot more flair to appear into the team. I can't look at that and say he assumed the mantle.
No,
like I can't say that. I think you're the only guy, bro.
I think what my point is that, bro, you can't have a belt on your Arsenal if you ain't done that thing.
Who's giving him the belt? He's just saying he's giving him the belt.
I'm talking about notches that we give to players. We call players, for example, we call certain players clutch players. Yeah, we call certain players.
No. Let's talk about what we said about Foden. Let's talk about what we've said about Foden.
I've given that example already, and I'm trying to go to something else because you're not really getting what I'm trying to say from that. So that's why I was like, I was saying, look, there's teams where chips are down. We need someone to carry this team for a little stretch. Saka's done that for his team. We haven't yet seen Foden do that. So,
but my point is, okay, so for example, who else can rise it for Arsenal? In the time that Saka was the guy, who else could rise it for Arsenal? Name me the guys.
I don't know, Odegaard had a stretch where he was a big guy. Martinelli scored a bag of goals last season. In different areas of the pitch, obviously the defenders.
So the metric itself is flawed because it needs the rest of the team to not be as good, and I don't think that metric makes sense.
But bro, you've still got Rodri there. You still got Haaland.
Rodri's their best player. Rodri's their best player.
Exactly, and Foden is shining, bro.
Rodri's their best player, and I don't say Rodri carries Man City.
But I think it's slightly different because he's a defensive-minded player, so we don't need to put the carry tag on defensive players. But they haven't lost the game.
So the carry tag is for certain players.
They haven't lost. They haven't lost the game.
It's conditional.
Guys, new topic.
They haven't lost the game with Rodri.
New topic.
So only forwards can carry teams.
New topic.
Yes, because we have to win the game.
New topic, bruv.
No, David, you tell me. Am I bugging?
That's a stinker, bruv.
Honestly,
that's a stinker.
Wait. Are we saying
that
telling
is a
me
stinker.
that in the past, I don't know, 3 months, right? Foden has not been the engine force behind Man City.
I don't think the language of carrying a team is a great metric to assess how good a player is. I don't think it is.
I know, I'm not saying it's
because Jack Grealish carried Villa.
Yes.
And he's come to City and he's not that guy.
And everyone criticized him for it.
And no. I think the criticism of Grealish is that he's not been for me. I think the criticism is that he's not been able to assimilate to Pep's style. I don't think it's because he's not copying and pasting what he did at Villa.
Right.
Because he can't. You have, bruv, if Foden plays for Villa, if Foden plays for old Arsenal, if Foden plays for Man United, he is the absolute star. What a goal. He's an absolute star boy. If Foden plays for teams
fantastic goal
that rely on individual brilliance and not enough of like patient possession, ball retention in the first to the third phase, Foden would be an absolute star boy because it relies more on individual brilliance. The reason why people are getting onto Grealish, in my opinion, is because he's not been able to assimilate to Pep's style. Because you don't keep the ball for more than like 5 seconds. You're not ball carrying for that long. You have to use the team. Phil Foden is excelling at that. And he's never carried a team before.
But I think, bro, there's been periods of times in Manchester City's like Pep's era of Man City where we've seen certain players step up for a chunk of like 10 games and be like, rah, he's been the MVP. And it's been Bernardo at times. It's been Gundo at times. It's been KDB at times. Last season, it was Haaland at times. I don't think it's reserved for just the best player in the team. I think someone like Phil Foden has the quality to go up and do that. And I think he's been doing it.
No, for me, again, I don't think if he didn't do that, it would take away stock from him.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about takeaway stock. I think the conversation has always been there because we've always believed Foden is that guy. That's why it's been a thing. But I think there's certain things you can't say you've done until you've done them. I think that's just how it is. It's like when people talk about, I don't know, Thierry Henry in finals. We all know Thierry Henry was one of the best strikers to play in England. But until he was doing it in the final, you can't say, oh, this guy scored clutch goals in finals until he did it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones.
But my point is, but what I'm saying is that the equivalent is that people saying that he's not, Foden is not this, that, or the other is affecting his overall assessment. Henry's, yes, I think people are talking about Foden like he's a small boy.
Who rates Foden lower?
People talk about Foden like he's a small boy, and I'm like, no, guys, there is a disparity in how we assess players.
I don't know, bro. I'll be real. I don't see that. Foden is the one player that gets universal love. Like universal.
No. I'm saying those of you who critique him.
The people that critique him, give him the same love. The critique is coming out of a place of like, wow, you're elite.
Maybe we're seeing two different parts of social media or whatever.
For example, when Saka's getting slandered, it's Saka's not world class. When Trent is getting slandered, it's Trent cannot defend. It's like they attack who the player is. No one attacks Foden. It's just, bro, Foden turn up, bro. That's what it is.
That's fair.
So I don't think it's a crazy thing, but I feel like we spent way too long on this. Is there anything more on Man United that you lot want to touch on before you move?
I
wanted to talk about Rashi, but we went well left. But anyways,
what's to say about Rashi? It's another Rashi.
Say, but there's nothing more to say.
It's another PR thing. We did our Foden thing, but anyway, the title race is on. Man City have beaten Manchester United, and that led us into Liverpool's late winner down up in Nottingham. Adrian, talk us through the moments when Darwin Núñez nested that header into the bottom corner.
Bro.
Adrian was sweating. I can tell you that for sure.
You what?
You were sweating. I can tell you that.
Absolutely. Guess what, mate? Come off the hour, come off the man. And ultimately, if you're gonna win the league, you need your number 9 to do the business. And you know, Peter likes to say this all the time. When he says when the whistle's about to blow, when the buzzer's about to buzz, he's gonna stand up, he's gonna rise, and he's gonna say, right, I'm here to win my side a league title. So guess what? And I think with Liverpool, I think I said this a few weeks ago, like in years past, Liverpool were far too comfortable making excuses. Like, bear in mind, if I told you Mo Salah's played 45 minutes of league football all year, what would you say?
That's shocking.
If I was to tell you Trent is probably played about a game and a half, what would you say? Alisson's missed the last few. We're playing 18-year-old debutants, but guess what? I think when you've got a manager who's cultivated a culture, and we've got a captain on the field in Virgil van Dijk, I mean, you've got technically proficient ballers in Alexis McAllister, proper midfielders, not what that bozo over in Holland in Amsterdam is serving. I'm talking about real quality. Because, bro, in that situation, like, place Jordan Henderson in that situation where Alexis McAllister was. I don't want to be like crapping a former player, sure, but let's just put it this way: the game ends 0-0, unfortunately. So I think Liverpool, if I'm being honest with you, we're not playing great, and that's completely understandable. Our squad is completely ravaged, riddled with injuries. So I think we're in a moment now where all we can do is win, and then we see where we are come May. We just gotta hope that the right players come back at the right time. But I think there's a couple of things I'm not necessarily too pleased with. I do think we could be on for a hiding one of these days because I'm seeing Kelleher playing out of his shirt.
Question, guys. Question. Has Arteta just had a stinker?
Why?
Why is Martin? Why am I seeing Martin nearly hobbling off?
Hobble.
But what's the stinker?
Bruv, the game's won. You've taken Saka off. Take off your other winger, bruv.
Bro, he can't take off everyone, can he?
He's got 5 subs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if he looks like he's injured,
he's off now.
He's going to take him off now.
Martinelli's coming. Well, we're talking about it. Jesus coming on, Partey coming on, and Cedric Suarez coming on. So changes are being made.
A few of the changes ain't half bad, are they? So, boy.
So, Adrian,
I'd be complaining if I was an Arsenal fan.
AD.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Sunday? Big game.
You know what? Call me a coward. I think at this point I take a point. I take a draw. Reason why we played Bobby Clark in the midfield. So I definitely we played Joe. And by the way, big up Joe Gomez, because I think Joe Gomez, that's a man that he's versatility. He
stepped up this season, man.
Stepped up, bro. Defensively assured, a physical specimen. I think I made this point about Ben White last season. Sometimes if you're like 6'1", 6'2", and you play centre half, you don't necessarily look as imposing as like a Van Dijk or a Disassi, for instance. But when you step out to fullback, you just look monstrous. Like Gomez has been bullying people. And let's be honest, let's call this way this made. Like, he wasn't necessarily great on Saturday, but guess what? He's a defender playing in defensive midfield. So I wasn't expecting him to be prime Busquets, was I? And by the way, man, is it me, yeah? Or like, I feel like back in the day, like, you could just be, I feel like the pure destroyers are dead now. What do you reckon? Like, you gotta have tech to play.
Yeah, you have to play. Nobody wants to buy just
What you mean, like Nainggolan?
Bro, you don't know about Nainggolan. To be fair, Vidal could ball, but them rash use.
Bro, Nainggolan from like 30 yards, bro. That technique was crazy. He even had a shot on him. So you had to have something.
Something, at least a little something. But yeah, man, I think with regards to obviously the big man up top, Darwin Núñez. Yeah, no facts, and I think that's why I'm not necessarily too critical about the performance. I think for me, it's all about getting the 3 points and just sort of hope. Obviously, we saw Endo come back, we saw Szoboszlai come back, we saw Núñez come back, and I say with each passing week, if you can see a Trent come back, if you can see an Alisson come back, and we've got some semblance of our spine going into crunch time, then yeah, we're all good to go. So I think at the moment for Liverpool fans, all we can do really just win, be as close to the top of the table, and then when we've got all our pieces together, go for it.
Interesting. Is there like how soon is Salah's return?
You know what? It's quite cryptic. I feel like they keep pulling it back.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping if we could get him back after the international break, that would be great. But man, and that's what, and I think you got to give credit to Liverpool, as I say, because especially because Oscar, you made this point about someone's got to rise it when Mo Salah's out. Facts, 100%. And I would say we haven't missed him because he's our best player, he's our best creator, he's our best goal scorer. But we're cobbling by, we're making do. We're top of the league, and we're in March now. So yeah, man, I think Jurgen Klopp, like the spirit of Klopp, and you, man. The Jurgen Klopp farewell tour rolls onto Anfield. So get yourself a ticket, come down there. You're going to see some fireworks. You're going to see a show. You're going to see a spectacle.
I was going to ask you, are you playing midweek? Like, because you got Europe. Are you home or away?
No, I think we bypassed it because we already qualified.
No, I think it's now last 16 now. I think it's last 16 now for you got.
Is it?
That's
new. It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah, I think it's time for you guys to play.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I need Liverpool to go to the final, and I need Alonso to go to the final. Ooh, I need to see something.
Guys, on Thursday, Liverpool are away to Sparta Prague.
I don't know what you're making those sorts of sounds. That's like work, man.
That's not nice.
You name me Sparta Prague's number 9.
No, it's not that. It's just travel.
Man United will play Sparta Prague. That's 20 shots.
It's not that we think you're going to lose to Sparta Prague. It's the idea that you have to travel, 2 days before your big game. Before your big game against
that sucks.
City.
100. Well, guess what? If we've got to play Jadon Downs up top, so be it. If we've got to play McConnell, if we've got to play Clark, if Elliott is going to play in the 10, well, listen, Jurgen, and this is where Jurgen Klopp earns his keep, because managers will sit down and make excuses. Jurgen Klopp's just getting the job done, and it's as simple as that.
Who's Jaden Dan's dad?
Neil Dance.
Who did he play for?
I remember him at Palace. Do you remember?
Not really.
He kind of had like it was like Dan's, and he used to have like Sean Scannell as well. That kind of 20, like 30, maybe like 10 years ago. That was.
The name's familiar. Don't remember the face. I've just googled him now. Okay, I want to go back to what Endo was saying about the game against City. He said, you said we'll take a point. He said, from the guy who tried to get onto me for not believing, you are a disgrace. We're at home to a title rival in March. That mentality is a perfect explanation of why Liverpool have won title in the Klopp era. We accept draws in big games. We must win.
Let me pause there, right? This is a guy whose belief in the league, he's done the hokey pokey. 1 week he's in, 1 week he's out. What? The downright
Yeah, Endo, that's disgraceful.
If I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute, I've got Queen Kelleher in goal. Joe Gomez was playing in the sixth, for goodness sake. Bobby Clark started on the weekend. We've got no Mo Salah, and guess what? News alert. Kelleher's overperforming his expected goals by like 7 at the moment. So sorry for saying, you know what? Let's be rational. Let's take a point against Manchester City when we're ravaged with injuries. So sorry. I didn't know. I didn't ask conceding the title there.
The thing is, you're right, but I also agree with Endo. You have to win if you want this league. If you want the league, you have to win.
Do anything I don't want to do.
I think you have to win.
I think you have to win.
I think you have to win because like this idea, especially now with Arsenal behind, it's not just you and City. There's another team in it. Number one, this idea that you want other teams to take points off City, it's just silly.
Newsflash, who's top of the league, and then City have got to play Arsenal, so it's fairly rational.
Guess what? If you lose on Sunday, it's City.
So that's why I took a draw, then, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you take a draw, then Arsenal
win. Guess what? Arsenal.
And you don't have Arsenal to play.
Fair enough. I have to go. Obviously, in the ideal world, I'd want to win, but I've got to be realistic with it. I can't just say, we're playing Liverpool.
Adrian, I'll be real. It's March. It's crunch time. You have to win.
Hang on a minute. Whoa. Let's stop the freaking press here. Man, that didn't even give us a cat in hell's chance. They're trying to put me under pressure. I told you from day one. No, not you, Oscar. I told you from day one Liverpool winning this league. Don't tell me what I've got to win.
But then you're now accepting draws. So that's why we're confused. Like,
about what?
You say that Liverpool are going to win the league.
No Mo Salah.
We're saying
you can draw and still win the league.
Thank you.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
Whoa.
I think Ernest, I saw you retweet something today, and I listened to the Gary Neville podcast a lot. And he was basically saying, like, look, this City team is so good. Like, the way to instill fear into this team is to beat them. So Arsenal and Liverpool, when they come up against City in these next coming games, their best bet is to try their hardest to win these games, not to draw. And I think with Liverpool in particular, the fact that the game is at home, it's at Anfield, you know these guys are going to be at the stadium chanting 5 hours before kickoff, making that atmosphere a cauldron, or the slaughterhouse as they used to call it. So I think it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity that they have to.
It is. But I think you guys are jumping the gun by saying, "Oh, Adrian, you said this at the beginning of the season. When the season's done, if Liverpool don't win the league, bring out the onions, the garlic, the spring onions, bring out the Maggi,
all of it.
Then you can cook it." Ernest, they're not excuses, bruv.
I'm not making it.
If nobody, Arsenal side, Liverpool fan, Man City, no excuses, cuz this is it, blood. Let's go.
No. All I'm saying is, what Adrian is saying is, if he says he'll take a point with a decrepit squad, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, like, to you guys that are saying, oh, you said this in the beginning of the season, you have to wait. Guys, May is around the corner. The title race starts next month.
But does Adrian know that? That's what I'm saying.
Out of all of us, he's won the league title the most recently.
I'm not gonna question a man's. You get me?
I've got credentials, bro. this decade, bro. I want to leave this decade, my bro. Because man them, right? I want you, man. Name me Liverpool spine.
Endo, Gomez, Kelleher.
No. Full in its full glory. Name me that Liverpool spine.
Oh, Alisson, Van Dijk, McAllister,
Salah, Nunes.
Yes, Salah, Nunes.
Trent, right?
Oh, sorry, Trent.
So if 4/6 of that is gone, am I insane for saying, you know what? If we're playing arguably the best team in the league, I'll take a point and move on and then beat the next team.
Yeah.
Is that same excuse allowed for losing the league? That's my
It's
question.
not an excuse.
Bro.
No. I'm just asking. Can I not ask questions?
When Liverpool,
you're jumping the gun, man.
When Liverpool went down to 9 men away at Spurs, what was my stance on that day?
You said you're gonna win the league. I said, all right.
Thank you.
No, but Robin.
Let's wait.
You see you're too fast, bro.
Listen,
I just asked.
Tell him again.
Peter.
Can you tell Mirad and Peter that? Can you tell Mirad and Peter that, please?
Peter said, champions elect at Old Trafford is either going to be a guard of honor or the W that wins them the league. No, guys, I try my best to remember everything because God willing, I will be there.
I know. And guess what, man? My stance ain't changed because guess what? Liverpool winning the league. And I said so before.
Don't win the league, Robin. Guess what? God willing, I will be there.
Be there.
I'll be around.
Yeah, bro. Oh, you might have moving like I've shifted a mission statement. You might have moving like I've
No.
Robin, you have to wait.
Robin has no patience.
Winning this league.
No. Okay, so what I'm not here is I can't ask. Okay.
I told Peter, if Arsenal don't win the league, you got to give David your chain. It's the same thing for Adrian.
What's up chain? What's up book chain? David, if you accept that chain, you're less of a man than I thought you ever was. And I used to rate you highly. If you start with that chain,
Adrian, stop it.
If you test out the diamonds.
Adrian, how are you better calm down, bro?
Right.
This is what I'm saying.
So you're gonna be right. You're gonna be right.
Listen.
Nah, Adrian, don't do that.
You see what I'm saying?
Adrian, don't do that.
Bro, am I not making a logical? David,
let Arsenal and Liverpool not win the league. Adrian, you're gonna talk yourself into it as well, bro. How you?
No. Give me all the smoke because I'm talking my crowd now. And guess what? When we won the Carabao Cup, I took my crowd then. And guess what? When we beat Nottingham Forest and half of the country was crying, and all of a sudden became experts in football rules and experts in football justice and diehard Nottingham Forest fans, I retweeted every single one of your tears. Let me have it. Because guess what, man? When Mo Salah scored against Wolves, and man was screenshotting it and clipping it and sending it to me, saying that he thought he won. He thought he was that guy. Yeah, give me the smoke. But guess what? I'm going to be unbearable. My club is the most successful club in England football history. Show me some bloody respect. 19 league titles, 6 Champions Leagues, 10 League Cups. I'm the man, bro. I'm the man. I'm the freaking man. Yeah, bro. So what? Let me have it. Liverpool winning the league this year. Let me have it.
Yeah, you guys
win. It'll be blue in May. Oh.
I think he said what he needs to say. You know, he said what he needs to say. If he would take a draw from this weekend, if you think that's still going to be enough to get you the league, then by all means.
Final question, Robin, and then we can leave. Darwin Núñez, is your watch still on?
Yeah, you need to cancel that watch, bro.
We'll come back.
You need to cancel that watch.
Just give it time, Adrian. You can't do this every time he scores.
What?
No.
Ask me like when he scores.
Certain watches, the receipts you need to pull it. You need to take it back to the shop.
That is the funniest thing I've heard today.
Hang on a minute.
Every time he scores, is the one.
Every time he scores. I didn't ask you last week.
Certain watches need to be returned to the shop, bro.
As far as I'm concerned, Darwin Núñez is sick.
Also last week, wasn't it Van Dijk that scored?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I meant the
Don't try
Brentford
with me.
game.
I saw
meant
your
the
tweet,
Brentford
Captain.
No, but Adrian, let's be real, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Darwin Núñez has not shown the levels to which you're gassing him.
Yes.
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
Because, bro, there's been games like, bro, you see that Newcastle game where we berated them? You and I, we both berated them. Do you remember? New Year's Day?
I'm listening, yeah.
Bro,
but clutch doesn't mean you're that guy yet. It doesn't. Let's not lie.
Yeah.
Darwin Núñez, you're gassed because your stocks get proven in certain games. But you've had shooters in your team.
Yeah.
He's not there yet.
He's not there yet.
He's not there yet.
But only, I'm gonna be raw. We're watching a world-class striker right before.
Hey, yo, whoa.
What? Absolutely. Ballon d'Or, top 5 player.
Whoa.
Yes.
Ernest,
Are
are
you
you hearing this?
No, what you're dealing with.
And he's asking.
Oscar, I didn't say Phil Foden is Ballon d'Or worthy. This guy's talking about Darwin.
Yeah, top five nominee. Top 5 nominee Ballon d'Or.
Cool.
Are you hearing this?
And Robin, write it down.
Write it down, document it. And I document it, bro. He's got everything in this game. All he needs is confidence. That's all he needs. I'm telling
So
you.
he doesn't have everything in this game.
Darwin Núñez has got it all. Huh? Clutch.
Ollie was clutch. Don't think people think he's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I think because you're talking about clutch people, innit?
Yeah.
Top class European number 9. Let's go.
Adrian, did you say on Twitter that Núñez has been the best striker in the Premier this season? Did you say
I never said that. You're
saying top 5 Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got all the minerals.
What year? What Ballon d'Or are we talking?
What year are we talking? What year are we in now?
It's 2024.
Oscar said, I'm going to make a mental note.
2026. 2026.
2026.
2026.
2026 in 2 years.
2026.
Oh, in 2 years.
Better than Mbappe, better than Haaland.
I said top 5. I said top
5. But strikers,
I'll be honest with you. And again, call me deluded, call me ADD. I don't give a damn. As far as I'm concerned, Erling Haaland and Isak, for me, those are the only 2 strikers I'm envious of in the league. As far as I'm concerned, nobody else.
You could use Ollie Watkins.
No, not really. No, not really.
No, you could. You could.
What is you
could use Ollie
Watkins wins them the league? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying Ollie Watkins adds what is it? How many goals has he scored this season?
16 league goals, and I think double figures in assists as well.
And you don't need Ollie Watkins.
No, I've got Darwin Núñez. Oh, in fact, Ernest, if anything, a player like Ollie Watkins, that trajectory, that's what should be instill fear into you. Because 3 years ago, Ollie Watkins was just completely raw, completely uncooked, and you've seen a guy that's plied his trades, that's learned about himself. He knows what he is now. He's applying himself and he's executing on the highest stage of them all.
You know what, AJ? I respect your consistency still,
bro. If anything, Ollie Watkins is the blueprint. If anything, Ollie Watkins is the blueprint for me, as far as I'm concerned.
So why don't you want him at Liverpool?
Because I've got Darwin Núñez. He's 3 years. He's like. He's 4 years younger, and Darwin Núñez is better. Anyways, next up.
Endo says he's very streaky.
No. Watkins is good. Like, show him some respect.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. So what?
So after some intense investigation, wow. Oh yeah, Adrian's innocent of best in the league allegation. I feel like if I saw that tweet, I would have flagged it. I don't think I saw it.
Also, I wouldn't be surprised.
This is very temporary, mate.
Adrian doesn't do lofty tweets. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not
name it. Name it.
Adrian, you've been on the Kool-Aid.
No, but you like bold statements.
Yeah, I like bold.
Your bold statement.
Tell me when my hair's falling off. Come on, give it to me. Come on, you
right, boys.
A prediction or a tweet. That's.
Anything more on Liverpool's title charge, or can we move on?
Nah. Like the goal was clutch. Yeah, that was it. Other than that, the game was a bit meh.
All right.
Yeah.
Elsewhere.
If you played 11 games before.
Mirad's got a question still.
What's Mirad's question? Let me just
What's
WPLG?
What's going on, people?
What's going on, people? What's going on, please? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. All right, boys. Chelsea took their talents over to West London. Brentford 2-2 in a game that pretty much taught us nothing about Chelsea and nothing about Brentford. Shocking game of football, really. I'm really getting sick of watching Chelsea this year. Really am. It was so bad. It was so bad. I think we struggle to control games. We struggle to dominate midfield. Tahar saying, "Look, Oscar, why do you have to speak about Chelsea?" I don't even know. Everyone's turned their cameras off. Nobody wants to hear this. Nobody wants to see this. But for some reason, I have to sit here and talk about Chelsea. But it's a frustrating time because obviously I was at the final the other week. I'm watching this Brentford game on TV now, and I'm thinking, what do I see in Pochettino with this team that we can relatively claw something back from this season? We've suffered from injuries all year. But I've got to the point where I can no longer sit here and talk about injuries. It's not injuries anymore. The team has to provide some kind of structure and some kind of system that makes me believe that when the injured players come back, we will be something worthwhile. I think Poch's his inability to work with this midfield has been really challenging. I mean, this week I saw Enzo Fernandez playing out on the wing. I saw isolation up front. Nick Jackson was the only forward, really. But behind him, you had Palmer, who has to drop into midfield to help Caicedo. And then you've got Gallagher, who just runs around and is just not on the same wavelength as the other midfielders. I do still believe those other midfielders are of good standards. So I still believe in Enzo. I still believe in Caicedo. I still think they're good players. I just think they need help. They need a lot of help because they're not experienced and they're not good enough to mount a title challenge without serious guidance from a top coach. And I just don't believe Poch is that coach. I think he's out of ideas, really. And I think whilst the team is not great, he's not helping. 11th in the league, numbers don't lie when you're 20-odd games into the season. You know what I mean? They don't lie. Assad says, Oscar, Saturday, 2 p.m. I saw the lineup and decided to make something of my weekend. I missed it on purpose. Shout out to all games to go back 5 you choose Brentford, who are missing their back 4. Yeah, so he played a back 5 in this game, which meant our wingers were Chilwell and Gusto, again 2 defensive players. Those were trying to hold the width on the sides, and then there was no width up front, so the middle points were Gallagher and Palmer behind Jackson. So it was narrow up top but wide in defense when we had the ball. Shout out to Malo Gusto because he did what he's done pretty much majority of the season, just put in a solid performance. The rest of the team flattered to deceive, man. There's no one standing out, no one performing at a high level. Palmer is the only player that you can look at and be like, he looks like he has some quality. The rest of them blend in with each other and just perform really, really poor. Tahar says, you know what this team needs? Callum Hudson-Odoi. I don't even think it does. As much as I'm a fan of Callum, I don't think he's changing much in this team. I think it's beyond him now. So Chelsea have to hope for the FA Cup. That's our only hope this season. We have to hope. I was looking at the new formats, the new rankings for the Europa League, and I was like, if we get into Europe this year, that would be a little bit of a positive because we've tried the whole no Europe thing this year, and where has it got us? It's not like less games have made us play better. They haven't. Our team has no rhythm. They don't know how to play to each other. They don't get any reps. Players get injured and then they come back. They come back and they get injured again. So it's crazy. Tahar says delivery for that header, Jackson header, was crazy. Yes, it was. He also says Gusto looks quality, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, it was really, really unfortunate that Gusto had a bad League Cup final. I thought he was really poor in that League Cup final, the first half anyway. But he's been our only good player this season, him and Palmer. But the level is too low. The level is too low. They're both young players. Gusto is 20. Palmer is his first full season starting for his team. What can you really expect from these guys? Like, it's scary. It's scary. Assad said, Oscar, remember after City when Disasi put on a masterclass and guys were calling him to be captain? This guy's the epitome of Chelsea under Bowley. Mid. Trevor Chalobah is better. I mean, did you watch Trevor Chalobah on the weekend? He wasn't much better than Disasi. So, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, these are centre-backs that were not meant to be starting centre-backs for Chelsea. So the level is low. Chelsea centre-back, if Bowley's plans went into fruition, Chelsea's centre-backs would be a fit Wesley Fofana from last season, who had a year of playing for Chelsea under his belt, then coming into this season. But injuries have just not allowed that. So you're hoping on organisation to make us solid in defence. And as you can see, we're conceding goals like a leaky tap. So it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Taha says, nah, to be fair, I don't have a problem with Disasi. He can definitely grow as a player for us. I don't want him to. Like, as in, he will grow, but he's a bench player. He's not a starter for Chelsea. He should never be a starter. He's not of the level. Badiashile should be the star. Colwell should be a star. Like I said, Fofana and all these guys, they should be the starters for Chelsea. But they're not playing enough due to injury. Only Colwell is playing enough, but it's not enough. It's not enough. SW6 says, Gusto thinks he's a winger. You want to save Chelsea, abandon the ship, scrap the whole project. I don't know, man. We've invested in too many young players that I don't think it's possible to scrap the project. We bought them on high money. And whilst they're not all on high wages, they are on long contracts. So getting them out of those contracts, we've attached ourselves to horses that cannot be shipped. Unfortunately, they can't. Assad said, I want to catch Manchester United to run agendas, but Chelsea are embarrassing me. We have them next month as well. So forget about catching anyone in the league. Forget about it. If I was Poch, you know how we were saying, like, I think Lola said Arteta needs to test his team for the latter stages of the season. Pochettino needs to be testing Premier League games as tests for what to do in the FA Cup. Because in the FA Cup, we've got Leicester City, who we must be at home. Then we've got potentially Liverpool, potentially City. You know, one of those top teams. We could place either or. We have to have one of those games where you just turn up against a big team and win. You know what I mean? We have to. Because our season, like, Nat is here asking, will we finish top half? I don't care. What's the difference between 11th and 10th? What's the difference between 12th and 9th? Who cares? Who cares if we finish in the top 4? It does not make a difference to me. What makes a difference to me now, from now to the end of the season, is that Chelsea win the FA Cup. That's all I care about. That's all I need from this club. So, yeah, it is what it is. Assad says, why did he drop Mudryk after his performance against Leeds? The guy plays truth or dare, where he puts names in a hat and picks players. Look, Mikhailo Mudryk, there's something there. As in, when I say something there, I mean something wrong with that player. because there's something that we're not seeing.
I think meant talent.
No.
Yeah, that's
no.
I didn't expect you to go there, but
it was the other way around. And the reason I say there's something there is, sure, does he have elements of talent? Yeah, but is it enough? No. He's kind of like, you know, when Ernest was talking about Garnacho, it's like, oh yeah, there's something there, but what? Like, this guy did not start consistently under Potter when he was signed, and everybody said, oh, you know, he came from the Russian league. The Russian league was, it was, you know, they didn't play a lot of games. So he's getting, huh? What league did he come from?
Ukraine, my friend.
Ukrainian league. My bad. I'm sad, man. Weekend. Yeah.
Can I get, like, obviously, what were your initial thoughts, like, when you signed Mikhailo Mudryk, bearing in mind of where he comes from, bearing in mind the price, bearing in mind how little you knew of him? Like, what were your genuine thoughts and expectations of him?
So I didn't know enough, but I thought this guy is a speedy winger. Everybody spoke about his pace. I thought he was going to be the kind of guy that would be a last shoulder player, a counter-attack player, You know what I mean? Oh, I thought we'd almost use him like the way Man United use Rashford in some of them games, where it's just like put him on the last shoulder, let him run and beat players. Now, what I've learned from watching him over the past year is that he sees himself as more of a creative player. He always wants the ball to feet. He never wants to run in behind. He you know, in midweek we played the FA Cup game. Poch played him in the 10. And in the 10, he was like playing through balls. And he's quite a very good passer. It's one of his best attributes, I think. When he gets the ball, he can see a pass. He's got an eye for it. And he needles it through. So that, like, there's elements of quality in him. But what I was going to say earlier is that he has not started consistently for any manager under Chelsea. Not a single manager has played him. He's played well and said, let's just keep playing him. And I don't think that's because these managers don't like him or they don't want him to keep playing. I think there's a problem there. I think there's something there's something that we don't know that means this guy can't play week in, week out. Like, I can't remember who put the comment, but he scored in midweek. He played well. He played in the 10. He scored. So you're going into a game against Brentford that's relatively ineffective. Why is Gallagher playing ahead of him? Why is like what's the logic? Like, what's the logic? And fair enough, we didn't play with natural wingers, so maybe the fact that he switched to formation is why Mudryk didn't play. But he's a waste. Like, he's a waste of a talking point. Us sitting here talking about Mykhailo Mudryk, we're only doing it because of a price tag. In terms of what this player provides as quality, it's very minimal, and he doesn't even play a lot for Chelsea. It's pointless. It's pointless. So, unless you guys have any more questions, I'd be very happy to move on from this Chelsea segment, because
the only thing that I can never take seriously anymore is the name Gallagher. Because of Adrian. I can't take it every time I hear his name.
Oh, the roof.
Yeah, the roof.
It's a Galadog.
I can't take it seriously anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, look. Yeah. SW6 is there. There is no quality.
Yo, SW6. Why for that? But like, you popped into my mind the other week. Like, I was like, right, I ain't seen you comment in a while.
He's there, man. He's there.
Full time at the Bramwell, mate. 6-0.
This is horrible news for you, David. Arsenal's streak of scoring 2 goals in every half of football has ended. He didn't score 2 goals in the second half, and I think that's why the players got so furious coming off.
You're joking, you know.
Sack off that, man. Disgrace.
Sack him. It's absolutely disgraceful. It's absolutely disgraceful.
C1, that's another one.
What?
I haven't seen C1 in a minute either. Let's see.
C1 was here last week. He just said our team is rubbed.
Was he? Where was that?
It was a couple, like 1 or 2 comments. Assad says, Oscar, you know, last time we were in Brentford was October 2021. Yeah, man, I'm not surprised.
Hey, Mira, that's a why for that, mate.
What's the why?
I read this comment, bro.
Yeah, I'm not reading that. What a mercy. Eddie, you madman. He said he took the season off to laugh. All right, let's move on to the other fixture. Oh, sorry. Let's just touch on the fact that Wissa scored an absolute worldie. I don't know if you lot saw this.
Oh my gosh. Goal of the week, my friend.
Oh, yeah,
we'll get into it.
We'll get into the goal as well.
Few contenders this week.
There is definitely a few. But let me rattle through the other scores in the Premier League. As always, if you see something interesting, stop me and we can have a chat about it. So first things first, on Saturday, we didn't have any 12:30. So Everton 1, West Ham United 3. Beto missing a penalty, then scoring, then Everton conceding 3. It's just classic. Just
the most Everton thing ever.
It's the most Everton thing ever.
Cavalier was on the bench for the 1 penalty they get. What are the odds? Where do Everton? No, I know we say this like every 2 weeks, but where do they find these guys?
I saw your tweet. I was thinking you have to mention this because what tweet was that? Well, yeah, go on. You tweeted about Beto. You tweeted that. You said, where do Everton find these guys?
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I must have been after I hit the penalty, bro. Like, what the hell?
He missed it. You know what pissed me off the most? He missed the penalty and then he scored. You know, if you miss a penalty and then you scored, you just have to put your hands up to the fans and say, "Oh, sorry about earlier. Sorry about earlier, but I'm bagged." The guy did a running knee slide. I said, "Hold on, you should be 2-0 up right now. You're not, and you ended up losing the game 3-1."
But Oscar, he probably hasn't scored since October, so I'll give him grace.
He hasn't. SW6 says, is Lola Shakur still about? Lola's around. I don't think she was about too much today. A couple comments because Arsenal were playing, obviously.
When Arsenal are playing, like he's in the zone.
Raw,
Playing... Yeah.
Hey, Mirad, we in the zone.
Lola Shakur.
What?
He says she's around. Hey,
You know what? Mirad is gonna get cancelled. In fact, to be fair, he's probably Mirad. Yeah, I reckon he's tweeted some wild stuff that's not even made it onto the air. Because this guy is on the precipice, bro. He's a madman.
He's a funny guy, man. We need him on the podcast. We need him on as a guest.
I think you need him on, but you need to have your hand on the X.
Hey, Mirad, you have to come on during the weekend of Arsenal City. You gotta be on here for that. You gotta be on camera for that one. We need you. I
pay a couple quid to watch that. I'd actually pay money. Good money.
C1 says Oscar can't stand Ivan Toney. You guys don't understand the hatred. Tony makes me sick. Did you guys see Tony at the Brits?
He was at the Brit Wars. After 90 minutes, he was there.
And they made a joke about him betting, and the delivery was awful.
No,
it was so annoying. Huh?
Was he on it?
Yeah. So the woman was like, "Oh, we've got some nominees for this award. Ivan, do you have any bets?" And then he goes, too soon. It's like, it didn't even bang. Like, it didn't even bang. And they were grinning teeth about this.
She said, Ivan, who's your money on? Like, on the bets is a bit too on the nose. If you're like, yeah, what? Use your money on, like, in the Champions League, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little jab here and there. That's what you need.
A producer thought this was going to slap, bro.
Yeah, therefore couldn't wait. When he's writing it out, he couldn't wait.
Lola said, Tony, every game bar his first, he's been mid. The gas on him isn't earned. It's not.
20 goals though. 20 goals last season.
It's not. They wanted him at all the clubs. You see this guy. You see this guy C1. C1 wanted him at my club. He wanted Ivan Toney at my club.
You know what?
Criminal. Ivan Toney over Nicholas Jackson. Yes or no?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Yeah. You know what?
Yeah, you would.
Of course I would. But that's not fair. Half my team.
Why is it not fair?
Because half my team is garbage.
You know what? Jackson's one of the ones with redeemable qualities, though.
I get onto Jackson a lot, but I genuinely do think in like 2-3 years he could be a decent player. I just don't understand why I have to enjoy the 2-3 years at my club. Can't he go on loan? Can't he get like levels?
Yeah, like his peak isn't worth these 2 years. You know what I mean?
It's not, bro. Did you? I didn't even show it on Match of the Day, but there was a moment in the game. Yeah, C1. Anyone who watched that Chelsea game will know. Jackson is running with the ball, and he runs and leaves the ball behind him. Like step over. Like he runs ahead of the ball, and he has to turn around to get the ball. Brother, like, oh my goodness. Listen, C1 says Jackson too. It's what I've never seen twins so hideous. Tony and Jackson, get them out.
You know what? That link play, physicality there. I think there's goals in there.
And do you know what's gonna make it even worse? What's that? They're gonna bring Victor Osimhen to my club. I'm gonna be sick.
Wait, whoa. Oscar, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Was this your opinion a year ago? And if not, or should I say title winning year? And if not, what have you seen of Osimhen that's made you go down? Oh, like made your opinion on him drop?
No, it's not. Do you know what it is? I just don't think he's a very good footballer. And I think Chelsea fans have this fascination with recreating Drogba. Like they want Drogba back so bad. So they convince themselves that Jackson is Drogba, and they convince themselves that because Osimhen likes Drogba, that he's going to be Drogba 2.0. And I just think, like, Osimhen may be a good fit for Chelsea. He may work. I just don't think he's a great footballer. That's just it for me.
You know,
I think when someone's not a great footballer, when they miss sitters, it hurts more.
I believe you, me. I know,
bro. Baby Drogba. Yeah, saying Drogba had meaty tech. I think when Drogba first came to Chelsea, it was iffy. Like first 2 years, I was not feeling this guy.
When his hair was permed.
Yeah, then he grew into it. And
I'll never forget because the first time ever. To be fair, it wasn't much tech. The first time I ever saw a Drogba, he was wearing some blue vapors with like white swirls.
Yeah.
bodied Finnan and Carragher for Marseille. Finished them.
Yeah. But yeah, so I saw Drogba for Marseille. I remember watching the UEFA Cup. Like I never watched games, but I watched like the goal show where they would show the UEFA Cup on.
I watched that particular game. I think that's 03 or 04.
Yeah, and I remember just watching this guy slap teams up, and I said, "Yeah, bring this guy." And then when he came to the Premier League, C1, you're not old enough to remember when Drogba came to the Premier League in 04-05. It was scary.
I don't even remember that.
It was scary, man. The touches were all over the gaff. Perm was crazy.
He started doing free kicks, yeah. Wow.
Perm was crazy, bro. I couldn't. I'll never forget this. Alan Hansen did a segment on him on Match of the Day, and he said they paid 24 million for this guy, but he plays like 24,000. That's what Alan Hansen said about Drogba. And at the time, he was right. And this is why...
hindsight's a wonderful thing.
No, but this is why when Adrian is doing his Darwin Núñez talk, I'm not against it, because I've seen someone come to the league and look a little bit like a donkey and then turn it around to be one of the best strikers in the league.
Seen it.
So it's one of them ones, man. It's one of them ones. But anyway, we've digressed. We've spoken about Drogba. I don't really see what the need is for that. Assad says, Oscar, you can't deny that Jackson since AFCON has been very good for us. You lot and very good is just, it pisses me off. Like a guy takes the ball from the halfway line and runs down the wing and then passes it. He's so good. No,
it was effective in that game.
What game? Which game?
You know about the City game, right?
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't actually watch the City game. I was busy, so I caught the highlights. I didn't actually see what he did. And he did a bit to like bully Konate in the final. Like he did his bit in the final. But brother, like win me the game. Like
I hear that,
bro. Like win me the flipping game.
I hear that.
Oscar, you could even say this: be a striker.
Huh?
Be a striker is what I would be saying.
Be a nine. Because I remember they tried to convince me that nines don't exist anymore. They said to me nines are being phased out of the game. They said to me Pep Guardiola doesn't want any more nines. And then he went and signed the best 9 in the world and he scored 36 goals in the Premier League. Oscar will protect Enzo, but diss Jackson. 1,000%. 1,000%. Yes. You're going to ask me to protect the player that won his team a World Cup by playing in the midfield excellently. And the other player was at AFCON. His team went to penalties and he's a striker and he didn't take one of the 5 penalties and they went out. Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes.
To be fair, well, can I ask you something? Pure objectivity here. In its purest form. Game to game, who's performed at a higher level? Jackson and Enzo, just from your own opinion, because I've got no.
I think consistent. I haven't rated Jackson at all, bro. I can't lie to you. I've seen Jackson. I've seen Enzo have great games for Chelsea.
Okay, first, yeah.
Even in Enzo's average games, bro. Enzo was not great on the weekend, but he plays an excellent through ball into Jackson.
Adrian, do you know what's so bad about Nicholas Jackson? The brother scored a hat-trick at Spurs. And we were still cussing him.
Yeah, that's
bro.
He wasn't good.
That's crap, bro.
That kind of sums it up, innit?
He was, and the guy has what, like 8 league goals this season. 3 of them came in that game.
Yeah,
3 of them came in that game when he was garbage, absolute garbage. C1 says, Oscar, you need to understand Oscar doesn't have time for strikers. No, I just like my strikers that score. I like strikers that bang goals, like bang goals. How about that?
Newsflash, you've probably heard about 2 at a push, 3 good strikers in the last 20 years. Really deep it.
Yeah, but the good strikers, they won us the league.
Yeah, they did.
It's not like a good striker that had a good season. No, they won us. Costa won us the league. Anelka won us the league. Drogba won us the league. So I ain't got time. We've seen it. And the thing that pisses me off the most is when Chelsea have no striker or when Chelsea have a bad striker, we have seen it all before. We know the drill. We saw Torres, we saw Morata, we saw Werner, we saw whatever that season was where we had Havertz up top. We've seen it all before.
Go back to Crespo.
So when we signed Jackson and C1 was telling me, believe in Jackson. I said, no, get me Dusan Vlahovic now. Get me that striker right now, bro. I don't want it, no flipping Nick Jackson, bro. When Jackson has a bad game, it's bad. Enzo not as horror. Enzo is an Argentinian Tillemans. He can't run to save his life. So is what I call him. By the way, Enzo cost 105 M's. Look,
I feel that's an interesting comparison to the Tillemans one. Yeah,
Enzo is a hooper. Yeah, if you enjoy football, then you'll understand what Enzo can bring to this team.
So is
he poor off the ball? 100%. Yeah, but Tillemans not in the same category as Enzo. Stuff Enzo can do with the football.
I was about to say that's harsh. That's extremely harsh.
The stuff Enzo can do with the football, bro. This guy's a serious player. So, look, I'm on Enzo's head top as well. I don't think Enzo's been of the standards, but I got much more time for him than I do.
I misprofiled him heavily though.
Bring Lavia back, man. Give me my Lavia. Anyway, I was off Chelsea because I wanted to leave. Wait, Assad is going. AD, he's costing 32 million. Jackson, who has 11 goals, but protecting Enzo, who costs 105 and hasn't touched 10 league wins. Yeah. I watched the game.
11. You said he had 8.
No, he has. I think he has 8 in the league. I think he generally has 8 in the league.
Okay.
I didn't make that up. He has 8 in the league. 100%. Cole Palmer has more goals than him. Get out of here, bro. Why has Cole Palmer got more goals than my striker? Why?
Penalty taker.
Why can't you take penalties? You're a 9.
You're 9.
Your country has 5 penalties to save their lives in AFCON, and you don't step up. Get out of my side. Get out of my side. You're making me sick.
You know what? Yeah, bro. What are Chelsea like? I'll be honest with you. This whole project is cute. It's sweet. I get it, but what you put the money up top, bro? Go and get a proper bona fide goal scorer. What the hell are we doing there?
I think they wanted Nkunku to score a bulk of the goals this year. They wanted Sterling to score a bulk of the goals this year. Those were the aims. But
you can have them as well, sure. But you've got your proper number, anyways.
The way Chelsea fans pocket Enzo is cute. He wouldn't make the bench of past Chelsea. Yeah, but with the same past Chelsea sides. So what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Asante penalty tag. This is the thing that I was getting onto with the Foden thing. If you don't take penalties, you can't score penalties. Get that through your heads. Like Palmer takes penalties, so he scores them. What do you want? What do you want him to do? What do you want us to do? Come on, man. You can't put something on players if they're not doing it. Simple as that. I can't give Jackson penalties that he's not taking. What do you want me to do?
It's like when man say take away Kyle Walker's pace. He's got the pace. No, hey.
This striker with the last name of Jackson is frustrating me. Yeah, man. Oscar's selling out his African brother for some racist Argentinian. Look. Assad is mad because Enzo didn't give him his shirt at the end of the game. I don't know what you want from me.
Hey.
Now man's got to be racist. How? All right. Let me get on to the other scores in the Premier League because we have greatly digressed. Fulham beat Brighton 3-0. Brighton, man versus food. De Zerbi, what's cooking? What's cooking?
That's shocking.
This need his brother though.
Yeah, bro, this guy, you know he didn't score all season. He's now scored 5 and 5. What the heck?
Who?
Rodrigo Muniz.
And he got an assist to boot.
Bro, he's annoyed me, you know. Broja went on loan. I'm thinking, Broja's going to get some game time. This guy just started scoring goals.
Yeah, he just spawned. It's like he spawned when Broja come in.
Broja can't get a kick.
No, because I'll be honest with you, I worried because I was like, well, if Mitchell's gone, he's going to score your goals. I guess they had him all along.
No idea. Wait, better than Tony? Who's better than Tony? This Nunes.
That's way too soon. Too little sample size, man.
I'm gonna sit here and lie to you guys. I have not watched a single Muniz goal. I haven't seen them go in. Anyway, another team that won 3-0. Newcastle United 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Isak, Gordon, and Tino Livramento with the goals. Eddie Howe needed that win, right?
Yeah, he did.
He needs to get back to winning ways. Do
you think he's delayed inevitable? I reckon they got someone else coming in. Sure.
I would not be surprised.
I wasn't surprised because we all knew that Eddie Howe was not the end product or the end goal of this Newcastle project. It never was. So it never was, and that's okay. It is okay to say that.
I do. Obviously, you know. He's had his injuries, like he's had some big players out. So, but yeah, I guess it wasn't meant to be, was it?
Wasn't meant to be at all. Spurs 3, Crystal Palace 1. Palace going ahead with an Eze free kick, and then Spurs reacting very, very well. Goals from Timo Werner, Romero, Son. Spurs keeping up that pressure with Villa. They want to be amongst it. They want to get that top 4, but it's tough because also Villa went to the Kenny. What game? Did you guys see this game?
Bro?
No.
It was an excellent game, you know. Villa went 2-0 up.
Luton are fun.
Ollie Watkins scored twice, and then Luton they got the crowd. The Kenny was buzzing, you know. They scored twice. Chong and then Carlton Morris, and then a last minute dagger from Luis Dina made it 3-2. So yeah, that was.
I don't want Luton to go, you know. I don't.
Oh, me neither. Me neither.
It's unfortunate. This Everton thing.
Do you know who has to go for me now? And I've never been on this train, but I've got my ticket.
Forest?
I need Everton to go down.
Yeah.
I need Everton to go down. I've got my ticket because I'm looking at the landscape, Robin. I'm looking at the landscape, and I'm looking at the bottom 3, and I'm seeing Sheffield United sayonara. Okay, you lost 6-0 to Arsenal. You don't deserve to be here. Go, yeah. Burnley. That's on company.
5-0 back to back.
That's on company. Get out. All right. Get out.
Really?
Get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
No. He needs to cook. He needs to cook, and he needs to do a Russell Martin still in the Championship.
No, he needs to go and manage
over there.
Bro, he needs to go and manage minds, bro. What are you doing in English?
He needs to go and link Doc. He needs to go and link Doc Wanda. That naughty schoolboy look he's got going on. It's not. Take off the cap, man. The blazer, nah.
The blazer with the cap. Fairs, man. Yeah, but okay.
Like it's Dennis the Menace or something. You know what I mean? Like,
look, those two teams need to leave the Premier League. However, for me, for value, for entertainment, what the Kenilworth Road has given us this season has been too good to let go of, number 1. Number 2, I've been getting great satisfaction from watching Nottingham Forest. Like, I'm sorry, those are my guys. Ilanga, Gibbs White, Hudson-Odoi. These guys can't leave the league.
By the way, did you see? I saw Origi was playing with so much hatred in his heart. Hold on, there was one shot you let off here. The venom. I said, bro, it's a bit easy.
Yeah, man. I think players always want to do well against their former club. Show club what he's missing. And you know, if Origi was at your club now, chances are he could be starting up top.
He would be at this point.
Yeah, with the drama that's going on there. But yeah, so if you're asking me who I want to go down of that 3, have Everton.
Welcome.
What's the 3 like? What's the lot?
What do you mean? So Luton are 18th and they've got 20 points. So they are adrift, but they do have a game in hand. Yeah. So the next team on them is Nottingham Forest with 24. Everton are just above Forest with 1 point above at 25. And then 1 point above them is Brentford at 26. They just got a point of Chelsea. So look, with 11 games to go, there is opportunities for movement there. The only problem is these teams don't win a lot.
Where's Palace on one of that?
Palace are
28.
Palace are at the beach. Palace are just above them. They're just above Brentford with 28 points. So they're 2 points above Brentford. And I think definitely safe.
I can't lie. Nottingham can go.
No.
After Everton, Nottingham can go.
No.
Why?
If you asked me out to save one of the 3, Luton, Nottingham, and Everton, I'm saving Luton Town.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But Everton or Nottingham, who are you saving?
Nottingham.
You're saving Nottingham. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Lola says Everton have a second charge coming. I swear I need Everton to get slapped for 10 points. Bro, if they had 10 points, they'd be right down there. They'd be in the mire.
Oh, trenches.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw something, but watch out for Villa because they tweeted today. They made a record loss of 105 million in the 2022-2023 season, which is a breach of our financial rules.
What's the max amount of loss you're allowed to make? Is it 100?
100 million in 3 years. They made 100 loss in 1 year alone. And they made a statement saying that they still believe they are within financial regulations.
Look, I don't
said
know
the
too
max
much.
is 105.
Yeah, they lost 105.
I don't know too much about FFP yet, but do you not think a revisitation of the rules needs to be had here? Because I feel like
Oh, of course.
all of these clubs, like they're just trying to do stuff out. They're trying to do too much to evade it. Like it's not. It's going away from football.
Guys, there is no way all the clubs are in profit. There's no way.
Of course
No, they're not. Majority are not in profit.
Of course.
Bro, the money we're spending, bro, numbers are getting fudged, mate. Left, right, center, bro.
But you see what happened in January. January, everyone kept it stush.
Stush.
They were nobody was handing out money in Jan.
I didn't even know the window was even on. Yeah, but because I saw a tweet and I think it's so poignant and so correct because it's like Aston Villa, right? They've busted their backsides to break into this so-called top four. They go to get the Champions League and then they have to sell one or two of the best players. When it's almost like, whoa, what's so fair about this fairness keeping the status quo?
Yeah,
like they want to sort of revert back to the original top four.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just like you get up to a certain level just to be pushed back down. Like it's a bit pointless.
It's the old glass ceiling. It's the old glass ceiling.
But let's do our awards for the week, ladies and gentlemen. I want to ask you all, who is your goal of the week? There's plenty of contenders this year.
Plenty.
This week, sorry. Robin, go first, man. I know you want to do it.
No, you go first. Because he's not that one.
Oh,
no, he said something different. Remember?
Okay, fair enough, man.
Goals, Foden and Rashford, mate. They all slapped.
Rashford was a slappers. Off the bar and in for me. Off the bar and in will always win.
Who was the player that scored the bicycle kick?
Wissa. Johan Wissa.
The thing is, do you know what's so funny about Rashford's goal? It was a banger. And it was because of the whole PR stunt, it makes it more like I back my chat.
Yeah.
But
I saw a really funny tweet, yeah.
But Whistle was just like, well, that was not that just came out of nowhere, if that makes sense.
The United stand, yeah, they tweeted, "Oh, Rashford, brilliant. That's how you silence the critics." And then somebody quote tweeted them and said, "But you're the critics." Like, you're the one criticizing. Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, Rashford, easy money. I don't really know how we can really discuss it. The overhead kick from Whistle was brilliant. Eze's free kick was outstanding. I think Havertz had a good finish in this game today.
Down the memory lane. All right.
Down memory lane. And we're watching the Hazard podcast, man. Big up him. Yeah, I don't know who else. I don't think anyone else really is in the convo. No.
Eze?
Yeah, I said Eze's free kick. But I think my answer is Rashford. David, where are you going?
Yeah, I won't lie, bro. Rashford's goal slapped. Bro.
Rashford. Robin, you going Wissa?
I'm going Wissa, but I'm not mad at Rashford.
Of course.
I just thought the PR stunt was what amped it up a little bit.
And then Adrian, final one.
Yeah, I mean, he backed his chat, didn't he? Yeah, quality.
Shout out goal of the week, Marcus Rashford. Now, potentially in the same game, player of the week.
Philip.
I think it might be, you know.
Philip Foden was a goal of the week contender and was just the outstanding player in that game. Phil Foden. I think Ollie Watkins deserves a mention. He bagged 2 as well. Really good performance from him.
Watkins, yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah, really good. Well, it was good first half performance from him. He kind of fizzled out in the second half. But Foden was outstanding. I don't think we need to have much debate on that. It's Phil Foden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Team of the week. Where are we going, boys and girls? Is it the team that just won 6-0 away from home?
I think it's got to be.
It's got to be, but I have to bring up this story because I love storylines in football. My other team of the week is AFC Wimbledon.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Because for those that the young ones don't understand what this team, its storyline, a team was moved out of their will, not even from one part of London to another. They were moved to another town, another city, well far away, and they had their name changed, their colors changed, and they went from Wimbledon to Milton Keynes Dons. So the community formed a team called AFC Wimbledon, and they went through hell and high water, and then they faced MK Dons, and in the last minute they get their goal, 1-0, absolute scenes, and they go on to win the game. I love it. I love when a story comes full circle.
I don't think there's anything more perfect than that. That is football at its finest.
You could have right. You could have right if you tried.
And that's something that most other sports don't get, because you just don't get the make your own team. Like you're not going to get that in the NBA or the NFL or something. You can't have it. But in English football, we have it.
Oh, Nat, you're not wrong there.
Oh, team of the week is Freiburg. Surely the dagger into the last Bayern title hopes.
So yeah, what are we saying? Like, what, league done?
It's not done till it's done when you're Bayern, I think. Because last year there was moments I definitely thought it was done last year and it wasn't done.
I can't lie. I think Harry Kane's not winning the league this year.
You can hold that, bro. You can hold
I don't think Harry Kane is winning the league this year.
He can hold that, bro.
I feel so sorry for him. I genuinely feel sorry for him. Because did you know what the narrative was? Like, you know, like when Harry, let's just say like this time last year, when people were like, oh well, if he goes Bayern, what's the point? Because they win the league every year. And he's not even won the league, bro.
Bro, 13 years in a row.
He must
arrive
to
no league.
You can hold that, bro.
Nah, I feel sorry for him because genuinely, he's a world class top three striker in our generation. Everything you want in a footballer, technical ability, link up play, world class, nasty finisher, and this stain that's going to be on his record. You know, even if he wins it next year, we might forget as time goes on. I don't know, but in this moment of time, like it must be soul destroying. It must be. It's got to be. He's won nothing, no cup, nothing.
And the thing is, if he doesn't win anything with Bayern, it's going to roll into the Euros, and they're going to be like, "Oh, can Harry Kane win the Euro?" No.
Yeah, it's going to become like a, and it's not like a nice Cody Rhodes story. It's like the Cody Rhodes story. Imagine if the Cody Rhodes story in 2026. That's what it's like.
Yeah, if it went for another year, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, he should have finished it already now, man. I don't care no more.
Finish your bloody story, mate. Finish your bloody story. But to wrap that up, I think team of the week is Arsenal. Yeah, David.
Mm-hmm.
Who's not that guy?
Well, it's your Gyal from Chelsea, bro. It's in the news, mate. She's had a stinker.
Oh, yeah.
What's happened?
Well, she's had a stinker, man.
By the way, is that an old story?
I think it must be.
I literally just found out about that today, but
yeah, David, tell us about it.
See the floor.
Bruv, she's on trial, blood. For alleged racial harassment of a police officer. Still happened in January 30th earlier this year in Twickenham. She's from Australia.
Damn.
She's from Australia. Sam Kerr. You're not that Gyal, blood.
Do we know the race of the person that she abused? What was she doing? Was it a black person? What was going on there?
Boy, it sounds. And that's a topic. You're opening a dangerous topic there, bruv.
No, I just want to know what. I just want to know how racist are we talking? That's what I want to know.
She allegedly opened that topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, did she call someone the N-word or did she call someone a cracker? Like these things they're different weights in my head.
I hear that. No info. That info.
Whoa, are you even allowed to say that word?
That info is not available, bro.
I think so.
I wouldn't. But... No,
bro, it's not like I called someone that. I just said it.
I wouldn't say it because someone can. Anyway,
the connotations are wild.
Anyways.
Look, let's not sit here and act like different prejudice.
I have a question because I wasn't here last week. What Taha said just now, was that brought up last week? Because I need to.
Yeah.
Good.
I see her doing the rounds. She's now giving interviews.
Doing the rounds. So I'm like, okay, it's done now. Yes. We had our fun.
You twerked. Your man left you.
The thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the clips this morning, and they made it worse. Like she said, they'd been together for like a year. Then she said she went to the concert
Because he was having a bad.
he was having a hard time. So life was just giving him 1-2 punches anyway. Life was giving him KOs, and she said, "Let me cheer you up by giving you a knockout." What? She knocked him out.
Yeah, you need to allow. My sister, you need to allow it, bro. Just come off the internet now, bro.
No, I can't lie. The lack of accountability in that clip was insane. She said, "I apologize for what I did, but I don't regret it."
I don't regret it.
Just come off the internet now.
She said, "I apologize, but if I had the chance to do it over, I would do it again." Why are you apologizing then? Just own it.
My sister, come off the internet, bro.
I said, "I'm sorry I hurt you, but I would do it again, given the opportunity."
Sound like Vince McMahon, bro.
It was me.
That's crazy, man. These women are heartless, man.
It was me, Emily.
Man said, "Look how Lola finished when this topic came up. Leave Lola alone. This ain't got nothing to do with Lola."
Lola turned heel that day, man.
She did what last week?
Yeah, I saw it, bro.
Yeah, she backed it, didn't she? Did she back it?
No, she said both are idiots.
She doubled down.
She said both are idiots.
Yeah, no, you can't blame my man. Yeah, actually, she said she said he didn't. He stood there and watched it. That's what she said. She said, "How can he stand there and watch it?" So what's he supposed to do? He paid money for the ticket. What do you want him to do?
Hey.
Okay, I started one. Sorry, Endo wants us to read his weekly question. Is it a mazine if you fall out with your friend and they physically attack you? To me, it's like they've always been waiting to do that.
Of course it is.
The first question you need to ask is, what did you do? That is the first question you need to ask. Because if it's just some dibby fallout and they want to punch you up, then you can ask that they want to do it for a while. But if you did a mazine, then yeah, it depends.
I don't know, man. I think tempers flare. It depends what the falling out is. You know, I don't think people are waiting to hit people. I don't know if that's how it goes.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know.
You'd be surprised.
All right, boys. Let's move on to the fixtures for upcoming fixtures for next week. Obviously, midweek there's Champions League, but there's nothing interesting in the Champions League, guys.
I forgot to say something about the Champions League next season, which I thought was, I don't know how I feel. It's a bit of a stinker, if I'm actually being honest. So, number one, they're now expanding to 8 games. But when I went to the website, the actual UEFA website, the last 2 games are now being played in January. So there's no longer a break in European football in the Champions League.
Oh, yeah, that's new because normally February, isn't it?
Wait, the last 2 games of the group?
Yeah.
Are in January.
Yeah, I forgot to say that. Yeah.
So there's no more break.
How many games in December?
So remember, it's still 2 games like per month. But remember, it used to be September, October, November, December. So
what about if you're in the playoffs? Then when are those playoff games?
February, when the European League. There's no longer break.
Yeah, they've added two extra games. They've got to.
So if you think about it, like not making it in the top 8, it's a killer.
It's a killer,
Because you have 2 extra games.
Is it over 2 legs? Yeah, it's over 2 legs as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is that there will now be every competition. All 3 competitions will have exclusive weeks. Meaning, when that week is on, for example, the Champions League, there will be no Europa League and no Conference League. There'll be a week where it's just Europa League only, and there's no Champions League or Conference League, and there'll be another week where it's just Conference League only, and there's no Champions League or no Europa League that week.
Man, I don't know if
I read it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I was like,
okay. Let's get into the Prem fixtures for next weekend. Manchester United 12:30 kickoff at home to Everton. Robin, if you could do us a favour and put Everton further down into that relegation battle, that would be great.
Thank you.
That's 3 points. What do you think, though? Do you think you win?
I think we'll win. Do you know what's going to be? I know who's going to win, but it's going to be KG for no reason.
Right. Do you know what I've just did?
No reason.
Kobe. This is Kobe's second lap because he made his debut against.
Second lap.
Because in my mind, he's played like 3 games for United, but he's actually
He's been going, bro. He's been going. His first derby the other day, innit?
Wow. Pick him up. He's the one bright spark. I know, like, it's not been a great season.
No, he should have closed down Foden for the goal. It was all his fault. If you want to play for Man United, then play for Man United, all right?
Play for the badge.
Bournemouth versus Sheffield United, massive. Who cares? I think Bournemouth win. If they don't, doesn't really matter. Crystal Palace play Luton. We need Luton to turn up and start winning these games, Robin.
We do.
We can't. Palace are at the beach.
I need another season of the Kenny. Just one more.
So do I, man. So do I. To put that magic in there. Wolves are hosting Fulham. Wait, didn't Wolves just play Fulham this week? Oh no, they didn't. No, it's another nothing game. Thank goodness it's at 3:00 because nobody's streaming that one. Arsenal then host Brentford at 5:30. David, does the winning streak continue?
Should do.
It definitely should do, bro. It definitely should do. On Sunday, we've got 1:00 kickoff, Aston Villa versus Spurs. Interesting game. I couldn't really call that one. That's the top 4 battle. If Spurs win that, maybe they get the momentum and the mental edge to take over them. Could be interesting. Brighton host Nottingham Forest. Obviously, you guys know I'm hoping for Forest to win that one. I need my boys to stay in the league.
They've got some saucy, players, though.
They've got my ballers, man. My ballers.
And they're going to get more next summer.
Yep.
Oh, bro, you see how we were speaking about? You was even here. It was basically Peter must have said something about the lost. He must have said something about the lost ballers, like the lost English ballers, and he's just naming people like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, like Lewis Baker. Who's the guy that broke his leg? Izzy Brown. Yeah, and so it's almost like not in the Forest. So they're trying to do a little thing. You've got your Hudson-Odois, you've got your Elangas, you've got your Gibbs White.
Yeah, Elanga feels British, even though he's not. Yeah.
Even though he's Swedish, but you know what I mean. So like, yeah, they're doing the thing. Hopefully,
listen, Elanga and Isak are both from Northwest London, because when you hear them speak, there is not an ounce of Swedish in their souls.
Elanga.
Have you heard Elanga speak?
No. Did you not sound mank?
Not really. No.
It sounds like Mandem. No, you're right, because they'll like dancing in the changing rooms and that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I remember that. They're all a good batch. A good batch. You've got Olaina in there as well.
Aina,
You can't tell me he is Swedish.
Not enough Forest on the next culture club. You're onto something,
bro. I've been here, bro. This is my team. That's my team, man. They got us here.
Serge Aurier as well. Uncle Serge, yeah, you've been there still.
Nah, allow Aurier, man.
Okay, man. It was a wine waste, small.
Elsewhere, West Ham host Burnley. Obviously, West Ham is still in the Europa Conference League, so I think they'll be focusing heavy on that this week. But they do face Burnley on the weekend. And then the big one, Liverpool at Anfield hosting Manchester City. Adrian, I think during the pod you did disclose what you think it's going to be, but are you sticking with that as your prediction?
Yeah, stick with it. I'll take it.
Draw.
Snap the marble for it.
Robin, where are you going? Liverpool or City? Who's winning this one? You told me one of them is winning. So now I'm asking you to pick which one. You told me there's no draw. City. David, you also told me no draw. So pick one.
Going based on what the starting lineups I've seen, I'm going to go City still.
City.
Okay. Anfield factor now.
I just think on the pitch, blood, it's just if your strongest team is not out there, I'm just.
I'll be honest with you. I think deep down, no, I hear it. I definitely hear it.
If you had your strongest team, that's where the Anfield factor is.
Yeah, that's my rationale. So that's what I said. I'll take a draw. That's my rationale, my bro. Yeah.
Come on, man. The Anfield faithful is gonna drag it for you, man.
Yo, they'll be the 12th. They'll be the 12th. Actually, they'll be the 11th, man. Because we're gonna go to that game with 10 men and a boy. So at least the cop will make an 11th, man. So,
yeah, man. I'm gonna go for a draw. I think Liverpool have enough to withhold the Man City pressure, and I think, unfortunately, that means Arsenal end the weekend top. Which could be crazy. Yeah. And then on Monday the 11th, we've got Chelsea hosting Newcastle United. Best believe I will not be at Stamford Bridge for this game.
That's
I
what
will
I'm asking.
be
You
right
to the
here.
bridge.
No, I will be right here on the Top 4 podcast. So I'll be watching the game whilst
Saving your
this.
money. Saving your money. I like that.
Spent too much. But that is all, folks. Unless anyone has any final last minute takes.
Nah,
that is all for this week. Mirad says, take a draw and there will be no title anymore.
Is it?
Yeah.
So Mirad, well, Arsenal winning every game from now to the end of the season.
They have to. They have to.
Wait, good question. What have Arsenal won every game this year?
No, I don't think they have.
I don't know.
We have, you know.
I think they have. I don't know. I can't remember them dropping points. Endo said he could bet his house on Liverpool not winning. What?
I could bet my house on Liverpool.
Yeah, first. Murad wants to request. We make your request quickly, bro. Because
I thought Fulham was New Year's Day because they lost 2-1. It was New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. So I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yes. So Murad,
the only game they've lost is Porto.
So Murad, what you're saying? What 18 games in a row win?
That's what it's going to take, you know.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Wow, what a league, man! Hey, listen. Liverpool, City, Arsenal fans, I'm sure, and football fans around the country. Let's just enjoy it. Like, what a title race! We've got 3 excellent teams. Hopefully, they're going to be slap banging in their prime. Going for machine. Let's see who wins the league. This is sick, bro. This is so sick. It's so sick.
It's going to be fantastic. Murad's request was that can we refer to Arsenal as champions elect from now on? No.
If anything, the only team you could refer to that as is first of all, you know, on top of the league, and you ain't won the league. What are you on about? How dare you? You ain't got no grounds whatsoever.
Yeah, man. Lola says it's 2 blinks first, man. It could shape up to be one of the greatest title races in a long time. 3-horse race.
I was just gonna ask Lola, what's it gonna take to win the league in your opinion? Like, if you could sum up to a sentence, what's it gonna take?
They need to beat City.
I don't really know what that question is. They have to win every game.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you think it takes, then that's what you think it takes.
Adrian,
has anyone checked on Peter? So Peter has been sending us messages in the group chat
on the WhatsApp,
and his messages. They're just Arsenal chants. So who put the ball in the Sheffield net? Half the effing team did. Empty stadiums everywhere we go. He sent us videos, just like the City ground.
Like, this guy is drunk.
Whoa! Allegedly.
Yeah, you can't just.
That's Peter's view right now.
No. He's drunk because why is there 20 messages? Why is there 20 messages or so?
He's steaming. Well, I bet he's half the fumes in it.
Come on, look, this is what it's all about. Oh, you can't really see it that way. I don't know why.
I'm sure he's got a nice big chicken butty pie, man, tucking into that, and a pint. You know what I mean? So it's all about.
Does he not have work tomorrow? Oh, it's so long.
I hope not.
Lola, Peter, Adrian, Lola's answered your question. Arsenal needs to win every game, or like win and draw 2, and hope Liverpool and City drop points.
Do you think that's possible? I'll be honest with you. I don't think you could have Barcelona 2011 in there. I don't think anyone. I mean, City done 18 out of 19. To be fair,
bro,
that's a lot.
I've seen Liverpool and think go toe to toe 18 in a row. Bro, that's what's required, mate.
Oh.
Now, no,
unless you had the gap like Liverpool did in the COVID season,
bro, you got to win every game, bro.
No, but that's not even a title race, though, is it?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what it requires. Other than that, you got to win every game.
And we had 10 points last season, mate.
Oh,
So, boy.
That said, it is Peter driving back. All right, boys. I'm gonna leave you with one final stat. All right. So far in 2024, Sheffield United have the 4th most goals at Bramall Lane, behind Brighton, Aston Villa, and Arsenal.
What?
Read that again, man, because I'm gonna headbutt the wall. What did you just say?
Sheffield United have the 4th most goals at Bramall Lane in 2024. Brighton, Aston Villa, and Arsenal have all scored more goals in their stadium.
And you know, as that's not factoring in,
What?
Newcastle gave them a 9-piece last year. Or was that 8-piece?
Yeah. That was mad. That's wild.
Anyways, on that note.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will be back next week as ever. So do like, do subscribe, do share, and we'll see you after the big one, Liverpool versus Manchester City. Let's go.
Peace.
Peace.